and go.
Hello everybody and welcome back for the Sockycast Dudeakoff. It's episode 3. We're talking about Slashback, or more importantly, about the huge size of this W, this win from the one and only Usagi. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you for having me on the Sockycast. I am very honored to be here with my two favorite EU players, of course, of all time.
Which one's your favorite?
Virum.
So there's one that's not your favorite amongst those two.
This is why Virum is X'd out right now. I expected his answer and took care of him. Looks like though he's gonna be a bit late, running a little late. But that won't be the problem. He'll join us soonish, hopefully in 20 minutes maybe. For now we'll just be yapping about some other stuff. This ironically will make it a bit easier because you get to we can yap about some of the more specific things that only your own experiences. Where Virum wouldn't have to have too much to commentate on, while he can share his commentary wisdom with us later.
Yeah, we can do it like turns.
Yeah, I mean we kind of have to at this point since.
Yeah.
That being said, how are you doing? Did you? I'll be honest, I didn't actually see your trophy.
Oh, I didn't. Well, I got like a black.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't get a medal though. That was. I'm having a bit sad because I like having all the medals together. But
what was the trophy again? It's it's image.
Yeah, it's like a CD. It's like a.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought it was. I wasn't gonna say CD, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like a CD, but it's very cute. I need to do some cleanup though.
Dudeakoff can pull it up in a moment. That tweet of yours.
Yeah, the one with the hitbox too. He gave me a snack box. Very cute. Like it.
We're snacking on boxes.
Yeah.
Finally, a good controller.
Finally, in the game.
But yeah, it's been very good. I've been a bit chilling since then. Like I don't think I've put it Grand Blue since I got home. But
classic.
If I play, I'm already the best. So I only have things to lose if I play now. So
yeah, I mean, unironically, obviously, even before the rest of the tour got announced, which literally happened 2 days ago, yesterday. So you didn't really have. I mean, you're on a bit of a break, and I know you are definitely not one of the grinders out there. And I mean, you did put in the work before Slashback, and I saw you, practice with people, be on ranked all the time, working on multiple characters, and I mean, put them to show too at Slashback, right? Like that run wasn't like one trick pony or something. Like you didn't just pull up with the Gruni and everything with that. Like we saw a bit of the Lowain, we saw a bit of the Belial. So you were definitely playing more than usual before preparing for the event.
Yeah, what are you doing with regards to your preparation? Like, what was your plan? Was it just to get up to speed, or was it to make sure the Grimnir was up to snuff? I saw you were playing with a wide variety of characters as well after the patch, so I don't know, maybe talk a bit about that.
Yeah, so I didn't really have a plan. I think for my practice, I had 2 sets. I had one set against Socky and one set against Fidison on the same day, and that was all of the sets I played before Slashback.
Wow.
The rest of it was just ranked. I just played a lot of ranked.
The real first to 2 prep.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm the best first to 2 player alive. I would just play a lot of ranked because it wasn't even specifically for practice sake. It was just just a thing to do. But I did want to have every character at consistent level because I'm confident in my my general ability to play the game. So I just wanted to like play a lot because the hardest thing about playing various characters is that it's easy for mistakes to crop up since
Yeah.
you're not constantly playing. So I
And
wanted to have
Granblue definitely does not allow a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. So if it's first to two, like if you're playing ranked with a character that you haven't played in a while, it's very easy to like lose a first to one or even a first to two for small mistakes. So I just play a lot, and whenever I felt like my Grimnir or my Belial is a bit soft, I'll just like go back and play them for like an evening. And
Yeah,
I
it
think
makes sense. Makes sense with these characters too, in my opinion. Like I mean, we saw it ourselves, right? With even like with Zenith or with Zangief Dream, you play characters who have like a high, like their strength lies in some of the combo potential they have, and setup potential. And if you don't do these, like if you drop them, then the character drops so far down the tier list, in my opinion. And like you're playing, right? Like you're playing the Grimnir, right? You can't really afford to be fucking up a 50, like a game-winning 50-50, essentially, right? I mean, obviously, like he's usually still in a good position afterwards, but it is still the deciding factor between losing and winning.
Yeah, like if I fucked up a game-winning combo in grand finals last match, that would have been so bad, right? Like if I got like 2-on-4H, 2M super instead of 2M DP and didn't kill because of that, that would have been silly.
Yeah, if you try to go for super, set up the seals, do the dash up, the dash down, and then the super comes out and they're too low to the ground, and then the super whiffs.
That would have been dumb, right? Like I would have looked so bad if that happened and I got counter hit by Jira close age. Like, yeah. I'm glad it didn't though. Like it didn't happen at all, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I never make mistakes. It's okay. But
It's all set up for the future.
yeah, it's all set up. Like if you play a top tier, it's just like extended BM. I just wanted to get the overhead in. It's okay.
You tried so hard because throughout the entire weekend just doing the overhead. It failing like 80% of the time, but working when it mattered.
If you block this, I will die.
Well, that moves like -14. Like that's crazy. But I tried so much at the thing they did, the NorCal versus the World thing, which was really fun. It's a really fun event.
Still need to watch that.
It's really good.
Yeah,
the commentary's really fun.
Yeah, there's some very good matches there. There are some upsets, which but there are some good matches. I think. Yeah, I played against Vermilion, who was super nice for a 2B player for sure.
Do you play 2B?
Yeah, he played 2B against me, and I think I'm okay against 2B. Like, and we talked about. I really enjoyed. We talked about the character strengths, and like talking about character strength with everyone was like super fun, because I think there are a lot of things that only really good players can agree about, and like some aspects of the game that not everyone can discuss, because it's something that it's not easy to see, even if you play the game a lot.
And it also gives you like a new perspective sometimes. I think Aaron tweeted about the same topic, right? Discussing character strengths with people like you, and how much he appreciated that. It's like, it's like a little eye-opening. It's like, again, seeing different perspectives and seeing not just what people value in a character, but also like what you could be missing from like when you look at the character, because we see like tier lists all the time, and obviously like a good chunk of tier lists sometimes are just like, it's commonly agreed that a character is somewhere in an area, so people put them in somewhere in the same area when they're like not 100% sure. But there's always like outliers that reflect how somebody feels about like the game, like what they value in a character, the strengths and stuff. I mean, we literally did like a 5-hour episode on this, because you can talk about a lot, and I bet with as strong as the players were at Slashback, there are probably a lot of like good discussions on it. You included, obviously.
I think what I appreciated a lot was like confidence. It's like we did a tier list at the Airbnb. At the Airbnb it was Virum, me, Elsa, Koji, Autumn, Zenith, Parapon, and Sangistream. And we did like a tier list, and like just the confidence in saying, because a lot of the time you can like default to the common opinion and like be like, okay, I may think this, but I'm probably just crazy because everyone doesn't agree with that. But it's like when I heard like, oh, then it says Lil is top 3, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, sure. Like, fuck it. Like, yeah, it's okay. Like, it's just send it. Like, just if you think so, like if I say something and if I say like, oh, I think and this is actually true. Like, I think Lil is like just below Carolina right now on the tier list. Like,
Carolina that bad or is Lil that good?
Early hot take.
Lil that good. I think Lil is like top 10, easy. Like, and that's my actual take. And like, no one can just like push my take away and be like, oh, that's like, no.
Only one who knows about the character.
Tournament. Yeah.
Well,
now people have to listen to me. It's okay.
That's the beautiful thing about fighting games. It's like, if you want to disprove that, like, I don't know, your playstyle is wrong, the character isn't as good, you gotta prove that on the battlefield. Not the battlefield of ideas, Dudeakoff, but on the stage. Beat me in that first of 3.
Yeah, because people just ignore other people's ideas. It's so ass. Like,
it's fun.
Like,
it's very funny, honestly. Especially if it's like, we had this. I mean, it's like this a Hall of Famer tweet of yours. You keep talking. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah,
it's good.
I think a really funny incident about it was like Koji put stories in B tier. It was like S, A, B, C tiers, and Koji put stories in B tier. And this is on Zenith's Twitter. He tweeted about it. When Koji put stories in B tier, Zenith immediately went to pick up his stick and then challenged him to a 1st to 5 for Soris tier placement. Like, saying Soris was A tier.
Did you put money on it?
Him with Soris. No, this is like, okay, if I beat you, you're gonna put Soris in A tier. He didn't take a single game. It's like, well, you know, I think it was so defeated, but it's like, that's the attitude that you need to have. It's like,
I mean, yeah, that reminds me of the previous podcast that we did where we had Fitty on, and he heard Koji say that like I don't have to worry too much about Siegfried or something, and even though probably Koji didn't mean that at all, like Fitty would take that personally.
Yeah,
in a Michael Jordan sense.
Yeah, he was like, yo, you don't have to. It was like, what was it? He was like to Zippy, like they were talking. Like he said that Zippy said that he didn't like practice for Siegfried or something, and then Koji said something along the lines of, "Oh, you don't have to prepare for Siegfried." Something. he took that personally.
Yeah, like, just gotta have confidence in your opinions.
Also, I found the tweet. I'm posting it in the thing, so the Dudeakoff can pull it up. It's stupid.
Well, yeah.
I'll read it out loud.
Too far this way.
On stream.
Yeah,
I was so pissed.
You saw what, sorry?
I was so pissed when I wrote that tweet. Like, I would have named like 5 people when I wrote that. I'm not that kind of person.
I mean, I get it.
I'm sorry. But yeah, to give it some like kind of structure, basically, if you're preparing for an American tournament's first to 2, so you have to play ranked all the time, do not play sets against good players.
That's one way to go about it. I think
it's the way that works.
It was like, I think if it was a good player like Socky or Fidison, they would prepare like very heavily against the character matchups and the strong players. But I am me, you know.
Built different.
I just played ranked, like, I'm you know, I just got it. I think my playstyle, I am very blessed with having a very low effort playstyle where I just kind of do things. So I don't have to like be as
It's very vibe based, right?
yeah, it's very vibe based. Like I'm not very technical. I just kind of like I know like that's the thing. Like
Yeah,
I just kind of know.
I thought it
Like,
was really
this is okay.
funny watching you Grimnir because it's like you're beating people, not because you hit them with like 50-50s and shit, or like you're beating. You know how you're beating them with close heavy mesh on defense.
It's so busted. Like I'm playing against Jita, and it's like, oh, if I get hit, I get hit by like 2M counter hit EX Reka into the corner, and then they have no cooldowns to like do a meaty. And if I hit them, I win the game. So it's like, why should I care? You know?
Yeah. And the thing is, I mean, your timing. I mean, you're very good at mashing. Like, fun. It sounds very funny, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
So utilizing that on a character whose mash game is so strong, it's just so funny to see people like get gapped. I mean, it's strong. Don't get me wrong, but like your timing is just what makes it even stronger. But yeah, Dudeakoff flashed the tweet on the stream. I'm gonna just read it out because it's really funny.
I flashed it on a minute ago, but I can do it again if you want to quickly talk about it.
It's like, while Japanese tier lists can be quite wild at times, there's something so incredibly funny about seeing your local 2-2er, Morg, and Evo champs view on game balance.
This elitist Usagi player.
This shit is a Hall of Fame, right?
You're not allowed to discuss balance unless you're a top player. Everyone should know.
I talked about this frame once, bro. It's so good. It's like every single time, man. It's like, no offense, but like fucking like Evo champ posts the tier list and like they're gonna put, I don't know, they're gonna put fucking, what's the face? I don't know. They're gonna put like some character.
They're gonna have one whack hot take because there's no point in doing a tier list if it's just the like, standard.
Do you really think I don't know, Zoe is better than Yule?
Oh, that's the worst one. When it's like fucking no, Vicala's the worst. No, actually, Ladiva's the worst. No,
yeah,
and then that's the most heated argument every single time. Like it matters all.
It's like, who cares? Honestly, like, oh, the device 2 positions above Bane. How? It's like, I don't know, man. They suck. Like, they both suck. It's okay, but it's like, I think this was when rookies posted a tier list after Evo Japan, and it was like, oh, because I think it was like Japan having Siegfried very low or very high. I don't know which one it was. That was one of them too. Like Japan was weird about Siegfried.
Yeah, they're usually lower on Siegfried, I think.
Yeah, and it was like, you know, it's just, I mean, like, maybe he's wrong, but like, you can't just be like, oh, that's not the Siegfried opinion. It's like, how did you form your Siegfried opinion? Like, if your Siegfried opinion comes from like playing master rank matches and like not having ever thought about it, then you can like bandwagon to like, oh, this character is top tier because like maybe they are top tier, maybe you're right, but have you ever like given it some thought about like what makes these characters good and what kind of like flaws do they have? But most people haven't thought about it.
I think it's always fine to like disagree with a take and whatever, but like it's just so funny when like these are the same people who aren't willing to like put their own opinion out there, right? Who like essentially like who enjoy piggy banking their opinions from fucking top players that they've heard that they agree with, right? And then also it's like, yeah, if you think somebody's wrong and that, just like you go and prove them wrong, right?
Who's the Grand Blue Sage on? Like the person that everyone bandwagons the opinion of or something.
I mean, I feel like it's a region thing, right? Like when Fetty says anything here, like everybody's gonna be like, Fetty said that X and Y.
You can do the LeBron meme with me and like Fetty. That's some good stuff. It's like I say something, yo, shut up, you Fetty says something, yes, my liege.
Fucking Junkler post, irony posting detected, and Fetty says it. Yes, my liege. Soros is top 5.
Like I just hate the attitude, the attitude around it, because like you just post like a rookie tier list on the Granblue channel, and then
everybody's like,
Some random person is like, "Yo, get a load of this guy," and it's like, no, like fucking listen to that guy. Like that's an Evo champ. I don't care if it sounds weird.
Like, I'm gonna start pointing at them, bro.
Yeah, like it's okay to disagree, but you have to be constructive in the way you disagree. You can't just like be like, okay, that opinion sounds weird. Like fuck that. Like no, you just gotta like at least listen to it. And that's the bad thing about tier list. It's like there's no reasoning. That's not okay. There is reasoning, but you can't see the reasoning if there's not like a VOD, like a Twitch stream about it.
That's why I appreciate when they post. I appreciate when they post the 9-hour-long explanation video for everything, because that's like essentially what you want, right? Like you want, if it's just the image, no text, anything, then it's kind of engagement baiting. Maybe like getting a rough idea of what people value, but like without the context, you don't really know why somebody put something somewhere. That being said, before we like drift off too much of it.
Yeah, I think we're just yapping while we wait for Virum rather than going into like, oh, how was your flight and etc. Because we're going to have to ask him about that as well.
Right,
we can talk a little bit about you casuals. Right, like.
Oh right, yeah, casuals. Yeah, I can go into it. Like, I think most of my tournament prep was casuals, honestly. Like,
that's good prep.
I play since thanks to NorCal Grand Blue, our Bancho, Kevin, our great host. Thank you so much. We had a PS5 and a monitor and our Airbnb. So the first day I got there,
nice. You could like practice at the Airbnb.
Yeah, that was very, very appreciated. So I was able to play Elsa early on. So Versusia was kind of a scary character for me because since I can't clone myself, I sadly can't play against Versusia. Like I gave everyone Versusia matchup experience for our World Tour finals, but then when I need it, it's like no one's playing Versusia for me. Like, bro, what is this? But I just I got some matches in. It was very fun. Elsa's very strong, very nice person, super sweet. Really.
Also, I want to I'm just gonna sneak in real quick since you mentioned Kevin. Obviously, if for people that aren't aware yet, like the whole reason why Usagi was even at Slashback. That was because NorCal Grand Blue, right? Kevin and the crew made her essentially crowdfunded. Like, what was it? 4 players was Usagi, Zangief Dream, Zenith, and Patapon, right? To Slashback, right? So they had like a GoFundMe to like cover some of the costs since it's obviously a little expensive. He essentially paid everything out of pocket, except for what ended up getting put together in the in the GoFundMe, and it's still open, right? They unfortunately didn't really reach their goal. Only like 23% of the like 3.8k that they were hoping to get together. So if you have some, money to spare, consider donating.
I got that first. Good job.
Yeah, I posted it in the Twitch and chat because, again, obviously this costs a lot to like fly out people, and being treated so nicely. It's only fair for people, to help out a little bit. If you can, right? If you don't have the money, don't bother. But
just some support for the community-orientated behaviour. Like, we want to have our event be really good, so we're going to have a bunch of international players flying in. Not just like the usual ones that you see a lot of the time, but like actually, the more fun ones in those regions a lot of the time. Like Usagi is often very entertaining to watch. Same with like Zangief, Dream, and the rest of them.
Yeah, seeing like CAG,
obviously.
Like arguably maybe the best CAG in the world, right? Like seeing Patapon out there, like Zoe specialist, Zenith 2 right after like not making it into the finals, missing out so like closely, right? Getting another chance to show off the Grimmy and stuff. So yeah, definitely support it if you can.
Yeah, it's also really fun on like the aspect that the event was. It was very community heavy, so to speak. It's like, it wasn't an Arc World Tour event. Like, there's, of course, there was some money on the line and the snack box, but it's like, we're mostly just playing because, like, we like the game and we just...
For the love of the game.
Yeah, for the love of the game. Like, there's no pressure there. Like... That made it really fun for me.
Would you compare it to like Outplayed or a Head Stomper or something along those lines in Europe?
Yeah, it was very community heavy, and like you could tell that a lot of people, like especially like the NorCal locals, which is enjoying it for that. And that was very nice to see. All the NorCal people are very sweet. Like
Yeah, 100%.
everyone was very sweet. Like the community there is wonderful. I'd like to go back there if I can at some point. It's just like very nice place, honestly. Very nice place, very nice people.
Yeah, I know Shirabu like swears by it as a tournament that he will always like want to go to, even if he's not like playing any of the games there. So like definitely a good time to be had. Just
that's a beautiful venue.
Yeah, just as a slight off topic, I don't think we actually ever said, but like Virum said that he'd need at least half an hour over the time that we said in order to get back. So that's why he's not here at the moment. Hopefully he'll drop in at some point soon, but depends what he's doing basically. So when he appears, he will appear. But yeah, anyway, what were you saying, Socky?
Not much weird, just like the venue is also like really cool. They've been hosting a couple events there. Just in general fighting game events, and it's like a cool venue to see. So, and I bet like, and I saw a lot of tweets as well, like from not just from Shirabu, but from OS2, that they were having like a really good time. And I do have to say, obviously, as like a spectator, there were like a couple things. I think not streaming. It was like top 24 was streamed, but like top 48 wasn't streamed, which I thought was a little unfortunate. But obviously, not everything can be streamed, and this is like a big event. Safe pools. I don't think we got to see Virum at all, right?
Yeah, it was. There was a half of pools that was streamed. There was a half of pools that wasn't. I mean, yeah. Again, it's like a community-driven event and that kind of thing. So like, not having gonna have like the 50 setups that you have at like Combo Breaker or something like that is obviously. And it is like an Undernight event at the end of the day. That is the main game. I don't know. I think there was a lot that wasn't streamed from Undernight as well, though, to be fair. So they tried to like split it out based on what they had and that kind of thing. And I think it was fine going there. Obviously, you missed out on like some upsets with like the top 48 and that kind of thing. But for the parts that were streamed, there was like everything that you'd really want to see, basically. But yeah,
tell us more about the casuals.
Yeah, more casual talk.
Yeah, casuals. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, on the previous topic, there were like 2 stream stages, so they had to really divide it between the games. So, like, they did stream what they could, was just really appreciated. Like, of course, having so many games on only 2 stages was very difficult, like, get everything.
Yeah.
They did very well. So, casuals, yeah. I played Elsa, day 1. It was very fun. I won.
Mostly the Versusia, right?
Yes.
Are you playing Grimnir in all these matches as well?
I played a bit of Lil first, and I was like, I don't know about this, and I just played Grimnir. Like, I started out losing because I had to like adapt to a lot of Versusia things, but I think I kind of got the hang of it after a bit. You know, I'm like that.
It's actually will hit you with stuff that Versusia obviously to an extent, but like you're like. This Nia reminds me of this a lot because like this happened all the time when I practiced with Fiddy in the past, where like he will be in a position where like his fighting game brain, right, the one that's been like fed like fighting game knowledge through all this whole career, thinks he is like in a winning position or like in a good position or in a position where you can do certain things, but you can't, right? And like Versusia is like, are definitely also one of these characters I feel, where like you think. I don't know, leaving a 7-frame gap isn't necessarily... When she is in the corner, like this slow button character, right? You leave a 7-frame gap. You don't think about it like that much, right? Like against most characters, like let's say you get like Oki that isn't that great, you still get that like somewhat meaty 6-6 there, right? Like, well, they're not going to press like a button there. If they press, it's like a far light. It doesn't hurt that much, but like she will press the far light. The far light goes in the full combo, right? Or some other like shenanigans that you're just not ready for because like your intuition isn't gonna like kick in and be like stop, right? Because she will just do shit that isn't really common.
Yeah, exactly. Like, especially with like the far light or like EX pillar on the seals, it's like even if you do know some things, it's not going to. You don't incorporate it to your thought process. Like you can't incorporate it to your thought process until it happens, so to speak. Like if I know that EX seals gets caught by EX pillar, that doesn't mean I'm never gonna EX seals again. Like I'm sometimes gonna do it out of habit on neutral, like because it's what I do. It's like it's a thing. It's like okay, and sometimes my pressure isn't going to make sense against far right because like I have not developed my brain around it yet. So I need to just play some games and then get the feel of it. And I think I did. Like I wasn't like super hard winning, but I did gain some confidence at the end, which really helped me. I then didn't play Versusia and bracket at all, so
Huge
cool,
win.
For the future. It's okay. But yeah, some great casual set. I played a lot against Koji. The most like played a lot.
What's the Belial or?
We played like first was like Grimnir against Belial, then it was Lowain against Beatrix, then Lowain against Belial, and then it was like I think those were the main sets. Then more Grimnir against Belial. Like Koji's just such a great player that like being able to play against someone that good is just a privilege. Like
I feel like especially he's got the Grimnir matchup practice down as well. Like when he fights Zane, he usually makes him like look a little silly sometimes. But doesn't mean you can't beat him, obviously. Like how did the casual sets go for you? Like how did they feel?
We went even on the Grimnir Belial. Like I think he's like the best player I've played against Grimnir. Like but I really like that because it like forces me to think up of new things. Like, oh, my air dash gets crouched every single time, which doesn't happen against most players. So it's like, okay, what do I do now? And then I start doing things like, air dash on the first seal, then dash down to hit the crouching idle. So
you actually have to like go to a different layer.
Yeah, so it's like putting more layers on, which is really fun. So I think like we went even on the Grimnir Belial. Then I beat his Beatrix with Lowain. Then we went even on the Lowain Belial. Hey, but this Lowain character is crazy.
Did he say anything about his character choices? I think he like recently made a tweet saying that he's probably gonna stay on Belial.
Yeah, he was pretty much saying the same thing about like his Beatrix is not bad, of course. Like he's super strong fundamental player, and that really shows with Beatrix. But like at the same time, the way he plays, I think, requires so much like confidence, and I think he plays a very perfect game. So he can't play Beatrix without like keeping her up consistently. So
has he said this, or is it just something you like feel?
It's a bit of a mix of both. Like the main thing he said was like he doesn't put enough time into Beatrix pretty much. So like playing Belial makes more sense.
Definitely been the same thing that I've been like getting at, like the vibes. Even like back in that versus fighting, it's like feels like he like Beatrix really good. He has a strong Beatrix, but it also he doesn't necessarily vibe with the character much and doesn't feel like he wants to do it. So he's like constantly like looking for ways to not play her.
Sorry to interrupt. You can change my picture on the layout now.
I am on the process of doing so. Yes.
Oh Thank you very much.
Hi, Virum.
Hello. What have I missed?
Not much. I was just talking about fighting games.
Fighting games are pretty fantastic.
Talk a little bit about character strengths and takes. He mentioned that you guys made the tier list at the Airbnb. He talked about the Airbnb a little bit. He chilled the GoFundMe again, and we're talking about casuals.
Oh, line is up. Nice. Crazy. Yeah, just like those sorts of things. But I guess we can give it a bit more structure now, because I don't know. Is there anything else left to say about the casuals that you had, Usagi, or you're going to it later or something like that? I mean, when you talked about a couple of them, go for it.
Regarding the casuals, who do you think? Like, this is the two questions I have. One is, who do you think was like the toughest opponent you played in casuals, and who was the one that you wanted to avoid the most in bracket?
I think it may be for the strongest casuals player. It's definitely Zangief Dream. Like, Zangief Dream was the only player that really like hard beat me in casuals. Like, it's like 6-10.
About it.
Like he was a very strong player. Like I think he didn't drop a casual set against anyone that wasn't Koji. Like any other player, just beat them in casuals. Like the casuals record was insane. So it's like
He went 13-4 against me.
it's like the way he plays is so like suffocating. Like just get hit once and then it's a super technical, super optimized game plan where it's like everything loops into the same setup.
Right,
Yeah,
it's like a mix
very
of
streamlined.
Yeah,
reminds me a little bit of Zeta too, right? But I get it too. Like playing really good CAGs. It doesn't happen as often, but like if you have somebody who's like as good as looping that stuff, like putting you in the same like mix-up situation. I'm assuming utilizing the traps and the like guard button jumps with 2-H as well is probably what's giving you trouble.
Yeah, I mean, because like both of us obviously like we play taller characters as well, and so Zangief Dream was very, very good at abusing the fuzzy against taller characters, the F Shiki, because prior to fighting him, and bear in mind I've played against CAG a good amount in this game, I had never, not once, been hit by CAG fuzzy anywhere on the screen.
Yeah,
Literal first game I play against him, he hits me with it, and I'm just like, whoa, this character can do this.
Yeah.
And as long as she has the teleport cooldown, because the way he structured most CAGs when they do their corner combos, they'll use all of the cooldowns, but he deliberately keeps the teleport cooldown available so that he can fuzzy you.
Yeah, it's such a strong cooldown, right?
And have the threat of the fuzzy, right?
Not just for the fuzzy, but also because he's safe, plus on block, can throw bait with it. I mean, it's definitely strong. And like, we talked about a little bit about this earlier in regards to like, preparing characters for a tournament and being like tournament ready and stuff. And like, I felt like that was like the big thing because Zangief Dream ended up not even making top 8, right?
Yeah, he got upset early and then lost to Patapon and loses, I believe.
Yeah. He lost to PP Man in top 48.
Yeah, and I feel like
it's
at least on stream, I think I saw him like miss the F Shiki like twice. I think it was Patapon. Not 100% sure. I could be wrong, obviously, but it's like it just goes to show because this guy, like everybody, like it's not you two are not the only ones who've been talking about him throughout the weekend. Right? Everybody's saying that like he watches everybody in casuals, and then it's like get put on the stage, right? If you don't hit these, like if he doesn't hit these fuzzies, obviously the score is not going to be looking the same. Like I'm assuming that's like that's like what makes a big difference. Right?
And he did adapt. Like he was like, all right, I'm not hitting these consistently like I usually do, so I'm going to stop going for them. I'm going to go for other things instead, which is what good players do in those situations. But it is still one of the strongest tools available to CAG. So not having it is obviously going to be a bad thing. And also playing against Patapon, who probably played against each other a fair amount before, so the gap is usually narrow in those situations. It's a pretty tough out, and like the best players in the tournament can miss top 8 because of like just a bad run of like finding a character you don't usually run into, and then running into like the other person that went into losers too early, and that kind of thing.
I mean, Elsa too, right? Like, pretty sure Elsa won last Slashback, right?
Yep.
Was looking for the repeat this time. It also didn't make top 8, right?
Yeah, and I mean, and even then, you saw how Elsa didn't make top 8 was like the combo drop against Zenith. Like Zenith was dead, like Elsa did versus 2-2-U dash light, and then the far light after dash light didn't combo, and then you're out. Like it's just like it's so easy to make mistakes, and then you get a first to 2 environment, you get Grimnir. It's like it all adds up to be like so volatile. Like, of course, I think I talked about this. Like, I did a small interview with Zangief when we got back, and it's like, yeah, I mean, like I'm happy that I won, but at the same time, it's like there are so many variables that, of course, it means that I'm good that I won, but like I'm not gonna pretend like I'm just the best because I won that time around. It's like there are so many things that could have been different, like small interactions that can change stuff. Like it's very hard to be consistent.
The margins are crazy. Like, you know, like Skill, who was like really dominant in the Actor finals, like at least day one. Like, he was only there because he like won like 2 3-2 sets in like what was it, Kayana Cup, and like easily could just like drop one of those games and then it'd be completely different. Someone else is there instead, and just like really tiny small things that sometimes go a bit underappreciated because of how good like the top players are and how consistent they usually are as well.
Just your ability to attend a lot of tournaments, of course, affects how you're able to qualify. I mean, we have her in call. You know, Usagi entered what? You entered 2 platinum events last season.
Yeah,
got third at both. Got third at both, and like, but that's just not quite enough. But then you look at just how you've performed in this game across the past couple of years, excuse me, and like you haven't placed outside of top 3 at anything, which is insane.
Thank you so much. Honestly, if I placed the third at Slashback, I would have lost my mind because I was like, I have 2 third place Kayane Cup trophies. Like they look the exact same. I don't know which one. I don't know which one is.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny.
Like I have them together because like I don't know which one is which anymore. But it's like, bro,
it's so funny.
Like, when I reached winners finals, I'm like, oh no, it's fucking happening again. Like, I'm gonna fucking get cooked in the first 3, bro. Like I can't win.
First to 2 match.
Yeah, like I'm first to 2 master.
And honestly, I wouldn't have blamed you considering how Salts had been playing that weekend. He'd been playing phenomenally throughout the bracket. Just like the way that he won in winners semis, the way that he won in losers finals especially, was just like one-sided beatings.
Yeah,
the rest of the set was like really dominant.
Yeah, I was very scared.
Yeah, go ahead, finish your point. Sorry, I was interrupting.
Yeah, no, it's like of course, like I have no disrespect to anyone, but of course my main expectation going into the top 8 was if I beat Ryasu, I'm probably playing Koji because Koji is, you know, Koji is like to me he was like my expectation to win the tournament, even above me. It's like when I saw Sol's performance, I was like, oh, that's scary, you know.
Yep.
Like that's not good. But at the same time, I was kind of chill because it's like, oh, it's Jida. Like, yeah, Jida. I don't respect Jida. It's okay.
You've played against her long enough at this point too. Like, you're not gonna be caught off guard.
Yeah,
there are a couple of things. Like you got a couple minor spot dodge mistakes, but.
Yeah, we're jumping all over the place a little bit, so I'll try and do a bit of structure. So we'll go back to like, I don't know, the travel in general, rather than just strictly talking about the game. How were the flights? How was the hotel when you got there? How did that experience go? Any funny stories? I'll ask Virum first since
okay. Well, my journey was very smooth and straightforward. I just had a 10-hour direct flight to... I flew into San Francisco rather than San Jose because the flight was cheaper, and if I'm paying for my own flight, I'm always going to do direct if I can because I don't like layovers and I don't like the risk that comes with potentially missing one. So I got there early-ish afternoon, I think, on Thursday. Was picked up by Bancho with the Japanese players. We went to the Airbnb, and it was a very chill, very simple journey. Usagi's journey was much longer than my one was.
Yeah.
How was that journey, Usagi?
My journey was about like 28 hours in total. Like the way in was 28 hours, and the way back was 28 hours as well.
Oof.
Because it's like I need to get like a 4-hour bus to Madrid and stay a bit in the airport, and like an 11-hour flight, 5-hour layover, and then another 5-hour flight. It's like, that's cool. Like
you don't mind the layover?
No, I prefer long layovers. Like
Yeah.
Like I'd rather wait than deal with the fucking stress of like running all over an airport. Like I don't like that.
Not for sure.
But the flights were very nice. I caught up on some movies. I think I won because I watched Coach Carter on the way to America, and it got me really in the mood. Like, bro, like this competition shit is serious. It's like
Having a speech run through your head.
Yeah, like, I think that was what sealed it. Then yeah, some really nice movies. Thank you, Delta, for the.
What were the other movies? I know Socky's not.
I watched. I watched
like
Driving
Cameron.
Miss Stacy on the way back. Very nice movie. Yeah, but
Okay.
no, the flight were wonderful. The hotel experience, the Airbnb was super great. Kevin Mancho picked me up from the airport. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
What was the deal with the Airbnb? Because he listed a lot of names for when you were playing casuals within the Airbnb. Is it just like a big, massive one with all of, like people in it, or was it with certain people?
We were a lot of people at the Airbnb, but I don't think we got to play as much casuals as we should have. I think.
Yeah, it was the one with it had all the foreign players. So it had all the 3 Japanese guys: Zangief Dream, Zenith, and Patapon. It had obviously Usagi and myself, and then it also had Koji Coco, Elsa, and a Mexican player called Autumn. I think that was everybody that was there.
Yeah.
There was Bancho brought a PS5 setup, and then I think once Koji arrived, he also had a setup of his own. But yeah, not a ton of casuals were played throughout the weekend. I don't know what happened late at night because I was being an old man and I slept at like 11, so I don't know what happened in the grinding hours, but I think some
In the midnight hour.
Yeah.
Where the real sessions are.
Exactly.
Yeah, before the event as well, there was a 10v10 event, which I managed to drop in on for like a decent period of it, but it was very late at night, so I eventually went to bed. It looked like a lot of fun. Virum was on commentary. He had some interesting commentary partners as well. Talk through that experience.
That was really fun. It's not very often where I get such an eclectic mix of commentary partners within the same kind of block. So I was commentating with Kamame, Edwin at first, and then Avian, a very 6 shots in Avian hops on commentary with loud and proud, heavy NorCal bias, tomfoolery, which was fun, and then Vermilion hops in at the end after he lost. So I was definitely kept on my toes that evening. It was good fun.
Yeah, there was a couple of times where you were in like a bit of a state of shock in regards to how you would reply to certain things that Avian was saying, which was a very fun dynamic.
Yeah, because it was funny because like I felt like I couldn't really authentically be full bias for the quote unquote world team in the same way that he could be biased for the NorCal team, because
the big massive underdogs.
They're the underdogs, but also like I don't have that same kind of intimate attachment to the world team as a whole. Like, obviously, I'm going to big up someone like Usagi, but you know, if it was like a Europe versus NorCal, it would be a very different story. I'd be bigging up the European players with all my heart. But I think that difference in bias, or authentic bias, I should say, is kind of what made that block in particular fun and interesting.
Actually, I have like some words to say about it, because I feel like it's very easy. Like a lot of the times, it's like crew battles or like team battles. They love going for like commentators that are like biased, but a lot of the times it's like it's very like fake, and I get that in part. That can be pretty funny, but I feel like it's very easy to miss. Like it's very easy to be like pretty bad in my opinion, like just like not particularly interesting to watch, right? So you don't want to like fake it too much, right? Because that just, in my opinion at least, makes it like it's like too obvious. Then it turns to like a spiel that like just not interesting.
Yeah, you're playing like roles, and you're like kind of like hamming it up in like I'm acting in this moment type of sense. But I think the dynamic that Virum had, where he's got this sort of like professional veneer, but he's obviously like biased towards the world's team underneath all that, was a fun dynamic, especially when sat across from someone who was like massively biased towards the NorCal team as well.
It's like real passion for their players, which like that's really cool. Honestly, I mean, I enjoy this a lot when people can be like,
yeah, you're hearing these stories about like these NorCal players you don't know.
But like one-sided, but like super like authentic, right? That's really good.
Oh, this guy, he's like shows up at locals, watches all these like actor finalists, but doesn't end up on the big stage, and we've got him here now, and that kind of thing. But yeah, I guess Usagi, you actually competed in 10v10. How do you find the experience, just like watching with the other people and also your actual set itself?
It was very fun. Like, of course, since it was first to two, like 10 lives first to two, it was a very long event. So most of the time, like we were just like hanging out and just talking in the middle. Like, of course, we were watching the matches, but I was talking a lot with like Riaso, Aaron, and Elsa about like characters. What I did was like I like asked them, is this character top 5 or bottom 5? Like, is Metera top 5 or bottom 5? And it's like you can't put them in the middle. You just gotta put them on the top 5 from the bottom 5. I just wanted like the most inflammatory opinions possible to like get some commentary going, you know. But
going.
Yeah, exactly. But the event itself was super fun, and I played against Niantic and Vermilion. Niantic, a strong Beatrix player with showing at the LCQ.
Yep, top 8.
And top 8 beating Hava. Have a nice day. And Vermilion, overall really strong player with position in the Evo 2024. And both super sweet, very strong players. But, you know, I made it work. I got some overheads in. I lost some rounds here. I tried to get the overhead in. And everyone was like, oh, please don't do that in bracket. And I'm like, oh, I won't, don't worry. And then I did.
It won me the tournament, though.
Yeah, it's just, people give up too easily, but you know, that's what matters. Is never give up. Don't worry about it. But the event was super fun. Yeah, like they even had like 2 monitors, which was very nice. Like they had one monitor for each player, which was
2 monitors for each player. Wow,
that's crazy.
Yeah, like one player was looking at like one player had one, which was like very high production for like a team battle, but I really enjoyed that. It was the same case for bracket, for like that
seems like a good idea for a stream setup.
Yeah, that's what should be the norm at big major events that can afford to, you know, do that kind of thing. Having the head-to-head monitor setup is the best way to do it for players. But you know, some events were unfortunately not able to do that when you would expect them to do that.
Yeah. How was the setup?
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I was just making sure Usagi saw the thing, but yeah. How was the setup? So Socky was saying.
Was it on PS5 or?
The setups were PS5. Yeah. We had a bit of a running joke with the Japanese players, which like we just like Zenith would like fuck up a combo. It's like clearly his fault, and he just look at us and say like PS5. It's like, well, that's not the PS5, but. No, the setups were wonderful. I didn't have any problems personally. Of course, I don't do any of the nerd frame perfect fuzzies, so I'm not the best person to talk about it. But
it's a little easy, right? Like you don't have to.
Yeah, there's no guard button shenanigans. Like, what I did mess up was like when I got there on the first free play set I played against Elsa. Since I still had my Kayane Cup autopilot, I played the whole set on like PS5 2-frame delay. Like I added the 2-frame delay from PC from Kayane, so I was like on pretty much like 4-frame delay, which was really funny. But I managed to like I thought about it after like before the tournament, and I was like, wait, I don't have to put on 2 delays. It's PS5, so I kind of saved myself there a bit.
Yeah.
So you always get some casuals in before the tournament.
Also, make sure to always properly set your controls, reset stuff to default. Because actually, one of my opponents
Reset to
in
what?
bracket. Be quiet. One of my opponents in bracket. It wasn't until after the set, and this feels especially worse because I lost the set. He realized that he didn't have technical input super on. And so there were a couple of points he was playing for Susia where he'd hit me with like a triple attack and then end up with U pillar instead of SSBA, and I'd block the U pillar and then I'd go from there. And the couple times that happened, I'm pretty sure I won those rounds. But yeah, I still ended up losing that set anyway.
I guess we can move on to pools and their experience within pools itself, and moving on to like top 48 and etc. Virum, since you were talking about it, how was your experience playing in the tournament itself?
I mean, I underperformed by a good couple placements, but I wasn't really going in with much personal expectations. I hadn't really been practicing too much. I wasn't feeling all that confident in the way that I was playing, so I wasn't really too upset. So first set, I win. I won my first set pretty comfortably. The next set was against Yoshi FTW, Ladiva player, very solid Ladiva player, and I thought like, Ladiva first to 2. This is really stressful, and it could just easily just snowball out of control. And that's pretty much what happened. I lost 2-1 last round, and the rounds that I lost were very kind of snowbally. The rounds that I won were very controlled and in my favor. We then first to 5 like the next day, and I won 5-3, which is like,
always
I'm glad that I was able to win, but also I wish I did this in bracket.
Very relatable.
Yep. And then I had to fight a couple more sets. I had to fight Rowlet, actually, funnily enough, and loses to qualify for top 48. And I lost the first round, and I was like, I could very easily lose to Rowlet. You know, she has a drink in her system, and that's when she's at her strongest. Tipsy Rowlet is tournament Rowlet, but I managed to still just about take it. And then
nice.
On the top 48, I lost to, as I was mentioning before, I lost to Hats Vasusia. If you remember, Hat in base game used to play in Armai, plays Vasusia in this game. Lost 2-1 again last round. So yeah, it was definitely, the sets that I won were dominant one-sided 2-0s, and then the sets that I lost were last round, last hit, and I was like, oh. But as I said, I can't really complain too much about my overall performance. I wasn't as well in practice as I could have been, and I still had a good time regardless.
Yeah, weren't able to do the classic Virum drop out of the tournament to do commentary, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, that was like, I would have had to have made top 8 to do that, and I didn't, like, in my mind, I was never making top 8. Like, at best, I was seeded to get 17th, and in my mind, I was thinking, that's probably the furthest that I'll go. But yeah.
Oh yeah, you didn't. Yeah, you weren't on any of the top 24
right?
commentary. I forgot about that. But yeah, go ahead, Socky.
No. It was definitely a stack break. Like, I mean, we were saying too, like, all the strong players there. Just making it that far is not easy at all.
Yeah, like, it's a tougher bracket than a lot of gold events over the past year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Usagi, I guess we'll move on to you. How was your pools experience going into top 48, top 24?
Well, I don't remember my first pools match, which I think speaks to the tension at the moment.
Tension on the show.
No. I've been trying to think about it, but like I have no recollection of that day. I have very little recollection. I know that then I played Renai, a very nice dual player, and like I don't remember much of the match, but like the moment I got hit by dual overhead, I was like, okay, I'm out. Like I'm going to lose now. Like it's over. This is my upset.
I get overheaded 10 times in a row.
Yeah, like I was just not guessing, but then I think I blocked one and did like 2M fireball into like 60%. It's like, okay, so then I played against Goon, which like please don't watch that match. It's like I think it's I think all the ranked prep showed in that match because it was like, okay, I just like did like 5 PCs per round and just mashed, and it's like, oh. I mean, it's Grimnir Metera. Like I just like hit her once and she dies. So I just did shit.
Oh, why are you seeing so much, bro?
Yeah, I commentated that match.
Because it's a speed run. Like I don't want to play against Metera. I don't know, but I was actually kind of like mad about it after. It's like that play was so bad. Like I was just like doing things to get it out of the way. But I think it was like I didn't feel the need to be like super patient. So I just did, you know, I just get on with it. Just do things, and I'll probably just hit Metera once at some point.
I vaguely recall watching it in VC with some people, and it was like, oh, she's looking a bit shaky out there. Hopefully she improves.
I managed.
Yeah, too her, but shaky, still like, but completely fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we
more
went to
shaky than grand finals.
I got it.
Yeah, well, we got a little in there, so it's fine. And it's first to 3 as well.
Yeah, there's time. Sadly, top 8 could not be first to 3 because of the production issues, but
yeah,
we almost got it.
Yeah. Production issues, natural time constraints. I mean, when you're running a 2-day event, essentially what is a 2-day event, with multiple games, it can just be difficult. There's just going to be scheduling issues. So definitely understand the decision to make it top 3 first to 2 for that particular event.
Yeah, they were explaining it afterwards, like the entire thing, which was like appreciated, because there was a bit of like speculation as to like it was first to 2 before, and like someone said something about first to 3 and then it was first to 2 again or something like that, and then obviously like the delays there, so that was kind of like the obvious reason, but the fact it was clarified pretty quickly as well was nice, and it's an unfortunate circumstance obviously, but I mean that's what occurred. But yeah, anyway, top 8 you went against Tortilla Flipper, who in the 10v10 had a pretty good performance. I think they beat Riazo, or was it someone else? I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, he beat Riazo and took 1 game off Parapon. So I was kind of scared going into it, but like I had a plan. Pretty much my plan was like, if you don't get hit by Gran, like he can't kill you. So like, don't
get hit, lol.
Yeah, actually, just don't get hit. Like you can feel the thirst for like a close H counter hit, like backdash far heavy. So it's like, okay, I'm not gonna tech. I'm not gonna like fussy mash. If I mash, I'm just mashing. I'm not fussy mashing. Like I'm just mashing.
Yeah.
And I got some fun interactions. Like I think I baited two H's with like delay dash down, and like you can tell like when someone gets hit by Grimnir dash a couple more times than necessarily, like the mental is kind of like shaky. So then just someone with fireballs, and it was pretty fun. The match that I wanted to give some relevance in this top 48 is like Zenith against Chemo. It was like the funniest match to watch. It got delayed so long because Zenith was playing Gundam, which they won.
Yep.
Zenith and Parapon won Gundam.
So the Japanese players won that? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. So then Zenith won this play against Chemo, and like game 1 he played Grimnir and lost. Then game 2 he was playing Stories without a headset on, and he was just like doing like shoosh sound effects whenever he did a rush punch in neutral. It's like, oh, what is this guy doing? He just did like U punch on block into another U punch, and it's like that's different. Like that set was so fucking funny to watch.
I think you have to embody the spirit of Soras to play him. Like you see that kind of with like skill as well. He's like completely on edge, and like when you're in VC with him as well, he's going to be like shouting out the moves as well.
It's never just crazy, bro. No,
Zenith is actually insane. Like he's so fun to be around. Honestly, like he enjoys the game. Yeah,
he's a fun guy. A real mushroom.
Yeah, I remember that Aquiltar as well. Like,
yeah, he says that this does the thing where like he screams every time he does like a 2-2-U in the corner with Grimnir.
Yeah, no, that completely took me off guard because like when he came into the room to like play casuals, because like all the finalists were off doing the selection thing, so I was asking around to see who wanted to come in, and Zenith was one of them, and like he's like being nice and respectful, coming in, just saying hello and stuff like that. And when we were actually playing, he like the first goofy thing he does is that 2-2-U thing, and it's like takes me completely off guard. Like I'm like, did he do that unintentionally or something? And he does it again a moment later, and it's like, oh shit, he's actually a goofy guy.
I think the funniest story were like Slashback is like we were playing casuals after the event. Like Zenith was like, okay, I need to play everyone now in the Airbnb, and he called me out first, and we played and it was like chill, Green Mirror, and then was playing against Elsa, and like Elsa had 100-meter and SSPA, so it's like, okay, obviously versus your reactions, okay, yeah, it's gonna happen, and Zenith just like smacked the side of his stick that doesn't even have the buttons, but just smacked it like as hard as possible. It was so fucking loud, and then Elsa just did the super.
Yeah,
He didn't even hit a button. He just smacked his fucking stick as hard as possible. Like, this guy's crazy. Like, I can't compete against this guy.
He posted about it on Twitter too.
Yeah.
He's got the arcade
That was
strats.
so funny. Yeah.
Lost art. Back in the day.
You need that kind of
Like-
strat, you can't really do one pad.
Yeah. There we go.
Zenith-
Stick advantage. Let's go. Also, you can hear all the stick stuff in the first place, so that's kind of the disadvantage as well as opposed to pad, because yours is naturally hidden. But you know, we can break out the boxes to cover up the stuff and go to evil with them. That's fine.
It's okay. We'll do another episode about why hitbox is broken. It's okay.
Oh yeah, no, I'm down for that anytime. But anyway, moving on to top 24, I guess, against Chemo.
Yeah, well, yeah, Chemo, like, she was strong. It was like the thing. What made me like really funny for me, it's like it's a playstyle that's similar to Tunington, and it's like the same color as it's the same color as Tunington. So it's like, okay, my match. This is in my mind. It's like, okay, I need to play this as like first to 2 ranked match against Tunington. Like, what would I do not to lose points against Tunington on ranked? Because that situation has happened so much that I'm way more prepared for that than for like a tournament low win match. So in my mind, it's just like, okay, imagine it's just Tunington first to 2. Like, just don't fuck up. I mean, it's just low win. Like, don't fuck up. I fucked up a bit. I tried to get the kill on HPA, but my DP was on cooldown. That was so bad. But
oh yeah,
but if it wasn't on cooldown, I think would have killed. But I think I played okay. I got a bit hasty at the beginning, but second game was definitely just like, well, the ending was very messy, but second game was. Also, I played Belial because I really like Belial against Lowing, because Belial is like so consistent and his pressure is so strong.
Yeah, we were wondering which one you'd pick.
I said this on VC, but it's like, I feel like if you're going up against a character like Lowain, especially, what you want is comfort. Right? Like I've seen this enough. Like Fiddy like picks up a new character, he goes up against Lowain. Do you think he knows what like at what ranges and where he has to press what? Of course not. And then you know what Lowain, he eats you up.
Right? Like the thing against Lowain is like the moment you make one mistake, it's when it starts. Like it's hard to make the first mistake. It's not hard to make other mistakes. It snowballs.
Yeah.
So you want as much confidence as you can to not make that first mistake. So I think Belial, I have a lot of experience, so I just played that. Like I can mess up on Belial too, of course. But also Belial gets to like skip Iggy for the most part. But every character gets to skip Iggy. People just suck against Iggy. That's another thing. But it's like I was very confident. Oh my god, my heart's gonna break, Dudeakoff.
I picked the wrong section.
Oh my god.
This
reminds me of the. We get to this once Torvald starts, but actually, I would like to talk a little bit about the PP Man versus Koji set, because that was super close, and
that was very close.
PP Man had like the controller.
Yeah, the controller malfunction was so
9
sad.
minutes. Somebody said like that's like a thing with the what with the fucking stick.
Yeah,
roll.
with those snack boxes or whatever they're called, like because it's not like official thing, like you have to take it out and put it back in again. So if you remember the Under Night top 8 where the guy like sort of grabbed the guy and was like no, and like there was a big controversy about that. The reason he was like doing that is because the other guy was like taking his stick out and putting it back in again, and I don't know, he thought it was like he was doing something untoward at that point. And it was the same thing that happened here. Like you have to do it after like 10 minutes or something. I can't remember exactly.
Because he was so
I
close to
realised I
winning it
haven't
too, and then it
I
kind
haven't
of
actually watched a lot of these sets because at the time I think I was going to get food with J2 because we were on standby for top 8 commentary.
J2 my goat. Or my horse, I'd rather say.
The horse lad himself. We
That's
love
it.
J2 in these streets.
Yeah. Sorry, I was like I was talking about being in VC with people and like Socky, for example. Like during that Lowen set, there was an American in like the Rambly Discord who said, "Oh, this Lowen is different than all the other ones," and then he plays exactly the same as like all the other Lowens. So he's just like,
you know why he said this? Go back, right? Like go back and Kimo's path.
Kimo's
Not
path,
top
yeah.
48.
Yeah.
Just click on it. It's the big thing, right? Like Kimo beat Zenith. Right?
Yeah.
And then like this one player was like, it's like, you mention it and people start like theorizing what happened. So like the answer was
Happened
like,
before.
yeah, it's because Kimo plays different than other Lowains. And like really got so upset about that. the phrase that he kept bringing it up every single time. Because it's like, I get like the sentiment, or like this guy, like this top player lose to Lowain, whatever. Maybe he hasn't seen that sort of Lowain before, but it's like it's really not that, right?
Yeah, I mean, Lowen played like very well and was like going to top 8 and
Yeah.
like it was obviously that kind of thing,
But it's not like obviously people will say stuff, especially if you haven't seen the set. You can only like theorize, but it's just a little funny. Because like we watched the set and like maybe had to point out every single time they would do like Anna, parry, like a spot dodge into BC, or shit like that, right? Or like the 668, wake up HPA, and so on and so forth. But yeah, to get back to the PB-Man set, I mean, what a run he had too, right? Upsetting Zangief Dream, right? And then almost upsetting Koji for top 8 winner's side. On Fairy, no less. Like, this character definitely got buffed, but she doesn't. It's not like she's beating the likes of Belial and stuff.
so it's going well for her.
But like the moment the controller thing happened, I remember we were talking about it. I was watching it from there. It's like I said, like if PP-Man was playing a Rushdown character, it wouldn't matter as much. But
we're saying the same
you
thing.
can't. Yeah, like this. I think the set was over there because like you can't zone. Like your mental is not strong enough after a controller disconnect to zone Belial consistently and not fuck up. Like it's not. It doesn't matter as much if he was playing Grimnir and like your controller disconnects. It's like okay, just like stabilize. But Fairy is not stable. Like you can't play Fairy in like a stable way. You have to.
Yeah, you
put
have to
in
be
the
pressing
effort.
something.
You have to be pretty
Yeah,
disciplined with it.
Yeah, like you have to make those decisions. Like you can't force a small risk game plan. Like you're taking the risk. That's the bad thing about Fairy right now. But I think it makes her not that good. It's like you are forced to interact and you're forced to like play like that. And if your mental is not there because of course your fucking controller disconnected,
Like that.
then like that, like that. Oh my god,
Yep.
that's so bad.
It's so.
I think
He's on set point there as well.
Yeah, and it looked good at the start. It's like, but that's why you don't play against Koji. Like against any other Rising player, the match would have ended before the 9-minute mark. But the Koji plays so like patient against the zoners. Like he doesn't jump.
We were joking about this. Like if you know your point, you gotta like just time them out.
Yeah, like just time out the snack box. But like he plays so patient that it's like I think that's the only person who will have it again in the first two. But that was so sad.
Yeah. I think the Snackbox people usually use like an adapter even if they wouldn't need it, just to skip over that time limit thing. But can't say for certain. Yeah, anything else about top 24? There's the Patapon versus Zangief Dream set, which was kind of a sad conclusion.
Salt's beating Elsa too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that set, of course, the anti-air Raging Strike was very unfortunate, but it was another showing of Salt being extremely strong, honestly. It was at the end of game 1, I think. Last interaction, game 1. Yeah, just at the end of this round. It's like, there were some messy things, but it was Salt's being, so consistent all around.
No, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there it is, yeah. Like, that happened. And
there's a few of those.
Yeah.
And like, Elsa could have killed like 3 times that too.
Yeah, and it's a shame, but yeah, like, it's even if it's a mistake on one player, it's also still, like, was very strong.
Yeah, I feel pretty happy about him considering like he didn't make top 8 at the SQ, right? And definitely.
Oh, I got 9. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely had like bigger hopes, I would assume. So doing it here, and I'm pretty sure he's from the region, right?
He's so
yeah. Oh
so,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so he's all relatively. So just pulling up and playing to the best of your ability. I think it's always like a big confidence boost, especially if you're like on a similar, on like a level like that, where like you're, this level where it feels like you always get like gatekept by like quote unquote better players. Right? So if you like break out and get like the really good, even like getting second, right? It's like obviously like such a big deal. That you can like, it's like now I see, I can
pass the veil.
You can see the what's it called, the summit. You can see the future ahead. Like it's not just a dream anymore. It's like a reality that is achievable in a sense. Right? I think that's always very good for the mental. Oh my.
Yeah, you're just watching the game at this point. But yeah, is there anything anyone wanted to say about top 24 or anything else to add on to that? Because I heard someone was about to say something.
Yeah, just as an aside, I played against Salts and Casuals actually. After the tournament, we did the Percy mirror because he's a very good Percy. And I lost 10-5, and I just thought the whole time, I was like, yeah, I just kind of got better played this whole time.
Yeah, they were super impressive, like, throughout the bracket that we watched as well. It was, like, definitely outside of Usagi, it was, like, the second favourite player of the people watching that we were with. Yeah. Anything else to add to the top 24, anyone? Or shall we move on to top 8? And then we can...
Right, 0-all beating PB Man with the...
Yeah, the C3 was pretty fun to watch, honestly. Like, yeah, it was fun.
Doing
O2 in their name makes top 8. I see how it is.
Classic.
Shout outs to Shuabu DQing for I remember Shuabu telling me when he fought he was about to fight Patapon, he was saying that I kind of want to win so that I can just DQ without any losses, because he was doing top 24 commentary, which is why he DQ'd there. Unfortunately he did not beat Patapon, he lost, but he still made top 24 anyway.
Yeah, what was it? I'll quickly look at the score before we move on. Yeah, platform 1-2-0.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, like, it was a pretty stacked tournament, so, like, you had these really, like, tough matchups going into top 8. Number of, like, known players and good players not making it there, like, Vermilion, Zangief Dream, Elsa, PP Man after the, like, impressive display in the winner's side as well. So yeah, definitely a lot of good players on it. But on to top 8 itself. Before we go back to Usagi, because like Usagi can probably just go on and on throughout this entire thing, considering she won the entire event. Virum was on commentary. How was the experience being in the booth above everyone else and that kind of thing?
Honestly, that was one of the most fun commentary blocks I've had in a while. I've said, I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but if not, I'll say it regardless. J2's fantastic, very easy to work with. He actually messaged me after Slashback asking for like feedback, if there's any notes that I could help him improve. And I just thought, honestly, like, no, not really. Like you know the areas where you went wrong a little bit, like in the intro to top 8, we'd agreed that he would lead us in, and then he just kind of forgot in the moment. So I like point at him to lead us in. And then just a couple of little bits and pieces here and there, but like I just thought you already know where you need to improve. You've already thought about that, so I don't really have anything to add. And yeah, it's just very easy to bounce off of him. He very much knows what he's doing, and yeah, it was just a really fun time. Lots and lots of good sets, made it very easy as well.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, big Jitsu fan.
A lot. Reminds me both of you and Dave a bit, where it's like, I know it's like regardless of what's going on, I know it's like I'm gonna enjoy the commentary. It's just has good energy, comes off as authentic, as a lovely voice too. And yeah, like it was definitely very clear that you guys, like, even if it's, I'm assuming it's the first time you two have worked together.
No, we worked together. The first time we worked together was at Combo Breaker. We worked together Combo Breaker 2024 and Evo 2024.
Oh, it's nice. But it's like it's you guys bounce off of each other very well, regardless of I'm not sure how prepped it is. But like again, like assuming somebody on his level, he's been working with a lot of people. So like you get good at this sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, and I think it helped. This is one of those sort of underrated things when it comes to commentary. It helped that we just had lunch together beforehand. So
yeah,
you know, the best thing that you can do with a commentary partner, I would say, is just like spend actual time with them to just like get a better feel for them as a person, because it's a lot easier to bounce off of somebody that you know, somebody that you're friends with, versus somebody who's like near enough a stranger.
Yep. That's for sure.
And, yeah. Funnily enough, I think critiquing my own commentary, I wasn't happy with how I did the ad reads myself. I was definitely a bit rusty at those, not as good as I could be. Even at stuff like Evo, we don't really have to do ad reads, they just show the ads. So that's something that I could have done a little bit better. I think probably could have handled the mirror, or leading up to the mirror, particularly the Zoe mirror between Koji and Patapon. It was funny, the whole time I was like, oh yeah, you know, Koji's like this former Zoe player, we're probably not going to see the Zoe, and then he brings out the Zoe and I'm just like eating my own words. But also I think at the time I was just like quite giddy that I got to see a Zoe mirror, because you guys all know like Zoe's my second favorite character in this game. And I think I probably could have handled that a touch better, but aside from that, I think it was just, yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I'd actually like to ask some questions about it, because like that Koji mentioned
question as well.
Did Koji mention much about that decision? Because one thing I've heard was that like he beat Patapon in the mirror before, and also like what I had in my mind was, I was wondering if it was like he did it because it felt like the right thing, or because it's like something to prove. It's like
no, I actually don't think it's any of that. So I remember him actually saying that, and this sounds quite like anti-competitor, right? Where afterwards I asked him about it, and he said that, you know, he didn't want Patapon to come all this way to get eliminated in like the 8-2 matchup against Belial or Beatrix or whatever. And, you know, this tournament for him, I think he was predominantly there to have a good time. And so, you know, him being and the Zoe mirror is not something that you get to play at that level all too often. So I think he more than anything just saw it as an opportunity to have that kind of experience in quite an intense competitive setting. I think he was there predominantly because there were no Arc World Tour points or anything like that on the line. I think he was there predominantly to have a good time, and he wanted to have a good time with his opponents and that I think is why that mirror kind of came to be.
Now with somebody else who likes to have a good time on stage.
I've got, before you move on, just wanted a quick question for Virum. In regard to commentary, like, I thought the setup for the commentators was pretty interesting at Slashback, given there was like the booth that was above what was going on at the stage, and you've commentated like in a number of environments, like Combo Break, for example, where like the crowd is like just like around you and behind you, and then Evo as well, when it's like you're on this elevated platform, like watching the thing as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, just like how you feel about like these different situations, whether like good things, bad things about them, just like an overview, that kind of thing, really. I'd be interested in hearing.
Well, for me, I'm the biggest fan of commentary environments where there is a crowd and I can feed off the energy of the crowd.
Yeah, I think
because that just elevates my commentary, and it just makes me, just as a person, feel more invigorated, and it just makes it easier to like maintain a high level of energy while commentating. But that booth setup, in a sense, it kind of reminded me of just the way that we were able to kind of sit on these nice comfy chairs. It reminded me a little bit of Smash Summit commentary. Not quite the same, obviously. That's not done in a booth. That's just on a sofa in front of the camera, and it's actually the players that go up into a booth, essentially. But it had that same sort of laid back, comfortable energy to it. And I think that really fit this event. So I definitely really enjoyed that environment regardless, even though I wasn't able to like hear too much of the crowd and like directly feed off of them. I still felt like, especially, you know, with where we were, even though we weren't, how do I explain this? Even though we couldn't like see the crowd too much directly, like if we were looking at the camera, obviously the crowd was like behind us, so it was still kind of felt regardless.
Yeah, I mean they've done like Summit-esque events at the venue right at the Goat House, so it definitely makes sense. But I get it with the crowd. This reminded me actually, I felt like the game audio for, I don't know if it was the same in top 8 or if it was throughout the whole one, but like the game audio was like not just the game audio, but just the audio of the stream was a little lackluster, I would say, for the stream. I forgot exactly what it was, but it was like, you know how it sometimes is like stream games when the game itself is a little quiet and you can kind of like hear the audience too much, but it's not like that you hear cheering or something. It's just like random noise.
The
like you would hear
the background noise.
Yeah, you would hear like the other games and stuff, and just background noise too much. And like the game audio wasn't very loud in comparison. Not a big fan when it's like that. It's a little annoying sometimes, but it was still like a good viewing experience. But I remember that like sticking out a little bit for me. I mentioned now that we are talking about the crowd and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we'll move on to the big winner, Usagi, going through every set, how they dismantled everyone. Starting off with Ryaza in top 8.
Bro, fucking first to Ryaza. I was just like you
tell me, bro.
Like the moment I knew was first to Ryaza, I was like, okay, now I'm gonna think about this. How do I do that? Okay, can you play that back? Can you like move back a bit on the Twitch bot? Like that was insane.
I'll just like the specific thing you were doing.
Yeah, the walk under on the the walk under on the fire.
That's actually nice.
So crazy. That was so crazy. Oh my god, that's crazy.
So nice.
No, but it's like
Vlad,
my
so
plan.
Man, it's so nice.
Yeah, like I was like Grimir was out of the question like very early on, because like I don't want to play first to two against Seox in general, and even less with like a safe jump character. So it's just like, okay, just play Belial. Yeah, the mashing there was good. Like it's just like, just play, okay. Like, just don't do any dumb shit, which I failed to do.
Are you not saying that you out-freaked Ryaza?
Like I gained my confidence. Like, I can't be confident up straight. Like here I tech like twice, and it's like, okay, just don't tech against Seahawks. That's okay. But I felt quite good about this match, especially like after this round, the last round of the first match, because it was like, okay, I lost that second round because I was like very hasty and like did a lot of unnecessary things. But I felt like, okay, if I can stabilize this round, then that probably means I'm pretty good. I think I bait the parry. I was doing that a lot. Yeah, I was like,
I was gonna ask.
I whiffed my midis as soon as possible, like as close as possible as I could to hitting. So that's funny. So like I would bait the parry, and it worked like every single time that I did it. So I was very happy about it. This sucked. This was very funny. This was very funny.
I mean, it
Like,
worked. It's fine.
But it's like, yeah, like the moment the parries bait were working out, like, I just didn't want to lose confidence. Like I was talking to Ryasa about it before, and it's like I think the worst thing you can do against Ryasu is like lose your confidence, because the way he plays is like he imposes himself so much
Yeah.
that if you let it get to your head, like you're going to start closing yourself out, playing more defensive, and like being scared. Like if I got scared, I would have lost the set. So that's why most in the second match I was playing so wild, because like, okay, you can't make me scared. Like I'm gonna dash light there. I'm not gonna get parried there. Like I know
You're gonna
like,
dash light.
yeah,
Reminds
exactly.
me a
Like,
little bit of the Gamera set too, where it felt like Gamera got like visibly angry, and then like he just decided to fucking like play aggressive with Vesusia against.
I think he's doing that even down top 8 doing that as well. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like,
I like that you backdash to meet him back.
Yeah, that was clean. Like one of the biggest like strengths of Ryaza is probably his confidence as well. It's like he's gonna play his game. He doesn't care like what's going on, and like he has like faith the stuff that he's gonna do is gonna work, even the wild stuff like that, for example. Like,
yeah,
There's also the. Oh my.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just had to be more confident, and because that's also one of my strengths. I feel because a lot of people would lose confidence when as soon as like a lot of the shilly shit doesn't work. But I am also like blessed, as Ryasu is blessed for things to just work. I think I'm very similar in that regard, where I just do things that shouldn't work and it just work sometimes. So if I didn't lose confidence in myself, like I had a good chance of winning.
Is this the one where you DP?
Yeah, first like
oh my god, you DP now?
Yo, DP?
Oh, you're so fucking dumb, man.
Oh, that's so sick, man. That's so sick.
So dumb. Thank you so much. Like, why are you doing this?
Like, it was so funny. I was like, okay, I can lose this now. That's hilarious. Like, this is really
like,
funny.
you're one hit away from dying. You're like.
It's a massive lead as well. It's like, yeah.
Oh, but check out the clutch.
I just doing it.
Check out the clutch though. Like,
you broke this man.
Yeah,
it's just too good
that's
with
what
it.
you have to do. That's what you have to do. It's like I'm too confident. I'm too confident. Without that set was really fun. We are very similar at times in game plan, so I had a lot of respect for him. So it was really nice to be able to play against him. I wish it was a 1-2-3 environment, of course, but I think the both of us playing in the 1-2 makes it even more fun.
Yeah, it suits the matchup. Yeah.
Yeah, we're 1-2 champions.
But yeah, so you win that. You have to wait a little bit before you actually play your next game, because you have the benefit of being in winners finals. The Socky snack time usually. But
yeah, but it's chilled.
Yeah, so during that time, are you just like saying, watching the other sets, getting a snack?
Yeah, I was just like watching. It's like I actually didn't eat like what was it, like this day? I think I had like a Kit Kat bar at the house before we left, and then I didn't eat. Yeah, and then I didn't eat until like top 8 finished. Like
that's a stress sometimes.
Yeah, I went like 14 hours without eating, and it's like, you know,
not that much, but still.
Just play it out. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But it worked. Like I just watched the matches, and yeah, it was pretty fun. Of course, a very high level gameplay. The 0 hour against Zenith that was super fun to watch because Zenith was just like doing shit, which that was really funny. But I really liked it. Yeah, just trying to like think about like what happened in the Koji against Salt set. So it's like how like it like not like a full bot review. Like I didn't watch the set back, but I did try to think in my head. I'm like, okay, where did I see Koji get hit that I could get hit myself?
Do you remember the conclusions you reached there?
I mean, just don't UDP too much.
Yeah.
And like, I think that was the only thing. I think don't UDP too much and like, well, I think I can get into like my main game plan against Jira already. It's like, I think Jira is very similar to 2B, and there are a couple of characters that go by that same logic, where it's like, what I wanted to represent against Jira was getting hit at the right times. It's like, if you know when you can get hit, you can minimize her reward a lot. It's like if 2B ends in auto combo mid screen without meter, it's like you can't get hit against 2B and she needs to spend resources to get any like meaningful damage going.
Yeah.
And with Jira it's a bit of the same, where it's like, okay, I can mash on like far light pressure mid screen, like I don't really care that much. I can just like get hit by EX back into the corner, and like her pressure is strong, but as long as I don't get hit by like counter hit close heavy or something like that, they either have to spend Raging Strike if they don't have the Rekka, or it's very easy to control the pace of the match.
Yeah, the most extreme example of that would be like Near Without Death. Like you can just go in and she can't really do a lot if she gets hits on you.
Yeah, but why did I do that?
I like how you said that you're not DPing that much, and then like the first thing you do is DP.
Of course.
I mean, yeah, I don't follow my own advice. Okay, that's sick though. But yeah, like this match wasn't the best. I wasn't really sure what to pick. Like,
yeah, I was gonna
I've
ask.
never really liked this matchup even in base game because like I don't like playing this neutral too much because of how fast Jira is. She can deal pretty well with far heavy, I think. Like she can, and Salt was spacing really well around the far heavy. Like some interrupts on far heavy second hit. Oh, that's fine.
Especially in this current version of the game, where you can actually like first hit far heavy doesn't force proximity block the way it used to, so it's easier for characters with fast walk speed to walk out of its range and counter poke.
Yeah, I always found like Seox fine against Bilal because of the walk speed, even more so now.
Yeah, that happened a bit, and like I wasn't used to it since like my Belial, like it's okay Belial, but like it's still way worse than it should be. Like it's still worse than my Grimnir, like at this point.
So what's the rationale picking Bilal going into the set?
I think it's just like previous experience, because I haven't really played any Grimnir or Jira at all. So it's like, well, this is just like the safest pick.
Charlotte?
But yeah, I think maybe in first to three, in like the first to two, I think I would have picked Grimnir game one. But since it was first to three, I was like, okay, this I can try some stuff.
Makes sense. You can apply a lot of the, like even going to Rising. It's not like the general game plan changed too much against Jita, so you can apply general gameplay stuff.
I was so shocked when I saw that, and I saw that like she got 5U. Like I've never seen that before. I don't know if I just haven't played Akame. I don't play Akame. Like I don't.
I'm surprised you've never seen that. It's like a pretty standard.
Well, I mean, how many GEs you play? That's the thing.
I think the last time I played against Jira was when Arifu was playing her.
Yeah.
So that's like before Beatrix came out. Like I don't play against this character at all. So it's like I still had to implement some things. But at the end, I think the main thing that made me win the set was like, okay, just like mash, just mash, like
Just mash.
the way Jira's pressure is strong, but like the way you have to play her pressure, it's like a lot of like fishing for late hits, maybe like Siegfried kind of thing, where you need those big hits to be meaningful. And I just picked Grimnir and mashed like super early on. Like I didn't mash at all; I just mashed early on, and they were doing a lot of like delay mash on offense, which reminded me of a certain base game Jira player, which was really fun. Like there, it's like fuzzy mash on the seals. So like later on, this combo stick. Later on, I just started
it's like I haven't seen those before. The dash up into the JH.
Yeah, those are mine. I made those up, but people don't pay attention to me, so I get sad.
Well,
that's okay.
Last time we played, you didn't do this, right?
I was saving it for nationals.
My whole narrative, my whole narrative for you this tournament was that you're like this creative genius mind when it comes to Grimnir, because that is what you are.
Thank you.
When frame one match close heavy.
when I landed that combo on the 10v10, like I just turned around and looked Zenith in the eyes, and I was like, "Yo," I just wanted approval. Like, yo, please say that's it. Yo, that's crazy. But yeah,
one thing. Go ahead.
When I lost this round, I was like, okay, just stop playing bad and just play good if you can.
It's a good idea,
yeah.
What are you saying, Socky?
I forgot now. All right. I felt like Salts wasn't playing around the 5es particularly well. Like he would block essentially every 5e, like not representing the dodge ever. Like, how do you feel about that?
I think the thing when I played against Koji before, he was heavily represented because he played against Zenith before playing against me, and he was heavily representing it, and it worked super well. But against me, it wasn't working as well because I was doing like a lot of like dash 12 or things like that, which called out. I think like Koji got hit more doing it than he got hits from doing it. So like I think it would have been good to like represent as an option, but I think I would have dealt with it well. Yeah, it's not a game plan, and I think it would have messed some other people up more than it would have messed me up, so to speak. Oh, that's crazy. But it's like, yeah, like I think I could have dealt with it. Okay, but it's certainly something that you do want to represent, at least so like the Grimnir player thinks more about it. But I also wasn't mashing as much bar heavy as some other Grimnir players. Like I was doing a lot of lights.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I get it. I mean, it's not as much as every Grimnir player, but like you will see it a lot as well still.
Yeah, like
I kind of let you get away with a lot of like setups and stuff, and just setting up shit, like getting some space, like the 5es on block into seals or into fireball or whatever.
Yeah, one of the main things that I do like about this matchup, which was like on my thought process, was like, okay, Jira doesn't have a U fireball, like a traditional U fireball, so I can abuse the seals more because she can't like stop me from setting up behind the fireball. Oh, the drop here was pretty messy.
Oh no!
Yeah. If Fili called me rude for laughing because I was laughing my ass off.
I think I was like Salt's downfall to some extent. Like they were playing so well, and like there'd be these completely like unforced errors here and there, which would like lead them to losing, and it was kind of sad to see. Oh, cool combo.
The dodging, the what's it called, the record.
Yeah,
I got the I didn't see others represented at all.
Yeah, I got some on like the medium Rekka, which is mostly base game experience, honestly. And I don't know why I spot dodged there, honestly. I have no idea, but it worked, so it's okay. Like
There
was
on
like,
this
okay,
round,
yeah.
on this round, you already did like 3 far heavies on block.
Yeah. But it's like there wasn't any threat in my mind. It was like, okay, I can just like do it right now. And then like this kind of situations happen a lot earlier on. Where it's like in grand finals, spoiler from grand finals, like on Grimnir it was like a 2-0. It was like 1-2 on Lowain, then 2-0 on the Grimnir.
Yeah.
I think the main info that helped me improve on the Grimnir was like they were fuzzy mashing a lot. It felt a lot like base game Jira players, which were like super how do I say this? Like correct, maybe it's like the way to go about it. Like people that try to play the game very properly. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
do
it's
the
like
perfect plan and like doing that.
yeah, like very like fuzzy mash heavy, especially fuzzy mash because someone like Carrefour, for example, you also see very heavy fuzzy mashing. Like the most logical options in defense.
Yeah,
And
ABC
that's a very
fine.
good playstyle.
Well, I felt like Salts was doing a lot of early mashes too. Like every now and then would sprinkle in like an early, like a very early fuzzy mash.
Yeah. There were some, but there's a lot of things where I was like, okay, I can't get away with doing things like weird things, you know. I like doing just like I like delay shimmies. It's like okay, like that fuzzy mash, like it makes sense, but at the same time was something that I had to keep in mind for the rest of the set. It's like if I wait a bit, they're probably gonna fuzzy mash.
Yeah.
So that helped me out in like a lot of the latter matches where I was just like, okay, just try to catch that timing and not die in the
I
process.
love that one so much.
That
first
maybe, yeah.
First that far heavy, counter it into the EX. Like the fire was just grazing her. Like it's so nice. It's so nice.
Yeah,
because obviously you can convert with like 2-1-4U, but it's different.
Yeah, that one's optimal. Like I try to be very aware of since the far heavy is something that you can just like let rock for the most part. Like you don't lose anything from doing normal hit second hit or like block string second hit. I usually just like hyper focus on the first hit, and it's like okay, if I get a counter hit, just launch them up instantly. Like and like from close, it works even without counter hit. But if they're like I recognize the spacing, I was like okay, I need a counter hit.
That's why I was so impressed because like I know that like at that ranges you're not just getting that, right? And I know you're not just getting other conversions either from that range. Like you have to get that. Like you can go again, just cancel into 1-4U, but like you're not necessarily getting a good combo there.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have killed. The other funny thing is like I didn't land the 2-1-4U 2H 2-1-4U combo. Like I didn't land it a single time this weekend, like that weekend, except that one. Like that's the only time I landed that combo in the whole weekend.
What, the 1-2H into Raging Strike?
Yeah, like for some reason I kept fucking it up, but then I decided to go for it anyways because like since the fireball hit spaced, they were higher up because it hit like later. So I had more height.
Oh my god, you got kind of. This is where the DP.
I got Twitter clip, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a good play.
Like the main thing I thought about here, first I was like I laughed because it was funny. Like it was really funny. But the second thing I thought was like, okay, the worst thing I can do right now is to let this get to me. Like this doesn't change anything.
I'm gonna ask you something.
Yeah.
How often do you get anti-air just like doing a fucking ass regular jump on this character? That's like super.
Bro, I don't. Like,
that's the thing. That's what the point I'm trying to make without like.
That's what happens with Terra as well. It's just the floaty jump fucks people up.
I mean, people, like, you would think, oh, my character has a floaty jump. I can't jump. I can fuzz jump. Nobody anti-airs. Like, I mean, this is like a difference. When they see the 5U, they're like locked the fuck in. But if you do a regular jump, people get like so confused.
Yeah, like the mental stack is cooked. Like you can't be aware of everything at the same time. Like
it's so nuts, bro. And like
you're not expecting certain characters to jump. Yeah, like sometimes Grimnir jumps, like Fairy jumps in, and like what's happening? Like you have to. You take so much.
Like a grappler jump with a slow as it just comes down on you.
You take so much time to process like what's happening. Like it isn't like
Yeah.
even in neutral, you have to be prepared to some degree for every option. And when sometimes something so strange happens, it's like you take so much time to process like what actually happened, even if it's
Especially if
something
you-
so simple as jumping. That
Especially if you can't just like 2H immediately because it's like so slow that you have to delay it. Then you have to like manually delay your 2H. That fucks up people, I feel.
Yeah, but going into this game, it's like, okay, I got kind of like cooked last game. That was not,
The last round wasn't great.
but like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, the same way I lost that round, I can win another round. So like, okay, just like play as if that round just didn't happen.
Did you consider a character switch in between? Or you were sticking with Grimnir at this point?
Nah, I was full on Grimnir. Like I was so confident about my performance in the first rounds. Whereas like, I have no doubt that my Grimnir wins this if I play it properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I just like, I knew very well what had happened those last sets where I had just like how I got hit, and it's like, okay, I can avoid that at least for a match, and for like a first to one format, I'm pretty confident. Then I landed the funky ass mix at the end here and did like 50%. I was okay. Oh, yo, second here.
Nice anti.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I
The
got the
anti-aim to the
50-50.
JL mix, and then he died.
and it was suboptimal because I got like close light after the thing. Like I could have done even more, and I did close medium to.
Close medium too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
and
for the
it's still
hide.
killed.
I mean, it's still killed by a wide margin. Like,
You're like,
like yeah, bro, like I land I get a 2-touch and I pop off. That's me.
That's the thing playing these characters, and I feel like people don't bring it up enough. But it's like winning longer sets. Like eventually, you're gonna get hit by a 50-50, bro, and then it's over. And like just even before, like with Nier, you would see it a lot of the times where people can get out to like last game was Nier, but then in that last game you get hit by the 150-50, and good luck coming back from that.
I mean, and even like
dying from it anyway.
Even like non 50-50s, it's like, because like I've seen some people argue that setup is like you can see the mix up.
Yeah,
it's like sometimes you get hit by reactable shit. Like something being reactable
100%.
doesn't mean it's easy to react to. It's like people were getting cooked in fucking basic game by setup Pogo, which was technically all visible. Like, but people still got hit by jumping light into 2U on block, and it's like you can't expect people to be like how do I say this, like perfect robots. Like if you're 2-2 last round,
you're gonna make a mistake,
finals,
and that mistake costs you your life.
Yeah, and it's like something can be reactable but still be like very hard to react to. It's like at some point you're gonna get caught by it. It's like if you say like, oh, you shouldn't be getting hit by Narmaya X-Flip because it's reactable. It's like, sure, but at some point you're gonna fuck up. Like that's something that you have to be realistic about. You can't just say like, oh, this setup is reactable, just don't do this, it sucks. Like, no, like at some point you're gonna get hit, and even then it's like it's gonna happen at some point. Like, and it happens, results there, and it's like the pressure can get to you, and then sometimes you just mess up.
Yeah, and the amount of setups that are into it in the first place is sort of like you're not going to be aware that it's taking place until it's too late, and then at that point you're not going to be ready to react to it as well.
Yeah, they're not linear at all. Like Grimnir setups are very wide in what they can do. Like from there you have like of course the high-low is layer 1, but then you have like he can dash down on the seal and then do like shimmy from there, like BC bait, because a lot of people BC after the 50-50. So it's not like it's just like a high-low guess like reaction check. No, it's like it's a whole ass mix up. Like a lot of things can happen there.
I did like when it cut back to Virum, he couldn't contain his happiness for you winning that set as well, so that was really nice.
I had to hit the Grimnir win pose, you know how it is.
Yeah, that was very cool.
I hit the hand over the eye pose a couple of times that weekend.
Nice. You gotta do it. If you're playing that character, you have like a license to do it. So
yeah, just gotta feel yourself sometimes.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, we talked about the Koji Patapon mirror, which was very interesting, and a little bit about like the previous games as well. There's the Riazza versus Zenith. Kind of, you can maybe put it down a little bit too. Seahawks going into Grimnir well, and Grimnir players being uncomfortable in that matchup as well because of that. But that was a pretty interesting one, like watching it. But yeah, after you beat Salts, like, who were you expecting to face in grand finals? Was it Salts again?
I actually had no idea. Like, actually the person I wanted to face the least was Patapon, because it's like I've beat the other two already, so it's like if I can stay in my comfort zone, that's way better.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to play Patapon, and so the Patapon lost, and I got kind of like comfortable after that. And I was like, okay, Salt Riazo, I'm not sure what's gonna happen, and then Salt is like, wow, like that set was, wow, that set was very fast. Like sometimes it happens, honestly, it happens.
Yeah.
Like,
Most one-sided set of the top 8, which is kind of crazy that it would happen in losers finals.
Yeah, I think you started with like a
like
double
that.
perfect as well.
No, that performance was something else. Like that was very, very, very impressive. Everything
Let's
went
get further right there.
well, like, when they get beat,
Yeah, it didn't work for you. Worked for Salts.
It made me
Nice.
feel a lot better. Like, it's okay. I'm not that bad at the game. It's okay. Like,
Your dog is bro, stay humble.
it can happen to anyone. But no, like this set, I also wasn't like. I think some people would have been more scared of Salts after this set, like being in the grand final seat.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, like I didn't feel like this performance was any different from the one that Salts had against me. So I just felt kind of the same. It's like, I think like this is what would happen if I wasn't as careful with my risk reward management, which made me focus on it more during grand finals. Because I think a lot of what happened here was just like,
There's a lot of delayed meters and that kind of thing.
yeah, like
that, for instance.
Like a lot of like close heavies on counter hit and like big hits.
That's funny.
Where it's like, okay, just don't let that happen. That was something. But yeah, this was the possibility that I know could happen against me if I wasn't like, just be careful. Like if I wasn't careful enough, then this could happen. So I just had to be careful enough not to get hit by big things.
Yeah.
And I did for the most part.
For the going into the grand finals, I was going to go ask around the room what they expected Usagi to do going into grand finals. Virum,
Win.
did you expect the Luane to come out? Or did you expect the Grimnir to still be there?
No, I did not. It's that thing of like, I didn't expect the Luane to come out, but also I should have expected something because it's Usagi and she loves keeping us on our toes. But also, yeah, like the thing is, I watched Usagi's Luane and it's different from, and I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before, Usagi, where you play Luane like a good player, not like a Luane player.
Wow.
But like the Luanes, like our good Luanes have been getting fundamentally better at the game, but they are Luane players getting better at the game rather than good players getting good at Luane. And I think Usagi is because you can tell from the way that she makes use of tools, the way that she sits at certain spacings, the way that she like very intentionally uses like Bone Wheel for spot dodges and stuff like that, rather than just kind of, doing a more typical Luane flowchart. It's more comparable to someone like Incendiate, but also like it's the way that Usagi plays the game. Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna say about Usagi?
I think for me, like the best Luane player in the world is still Shio. I think Shio.
Yeah.
He's my inspiration to play Luane.
He played
at the moment
earlier in the Debagame tournament and had like a game 5 set with rookies, and I was like, that was very close, honestly.
Yeah, like the way Shio plays Luane is the way Luane should be played, because
he's
like,
so good.
Yeah, it's very streamlined and efficient. It's like he does a quick, concise pressure string, and then he just sits there and waits and reacts to you pressing in the corner, and then he throws Bone Wheel. And if you trade, he gets a massive reward. If you block it, it's still his turn and you continue pressure. If you spot dodge, he gets a 6XL punish, and it's just you kind of just run that.
Yeah, like I was so shocked when I talked to Salt after Grand Finals, because I got some punishes which were like, of course, everyone knows Gawain can do like dash slide into auto combo if you spot dodge the wheel. But I got some punishes from like peak 6XL, which like 6XL into 2M into full punish.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, I've never seen that before." And it's like, how? Like for me, this is the character. Like, if you're not doing this, you're not playing
Watching Bro Wheel into getting punished.
Like getting a 2M punish from like max range, like getting dash light into 2M at max range. It's like, oh, I never got punished at that range.
Yeah, you know how you get like more
Never had
damage on like
that 6XL into 2M.
No, but it's not like not like that combo in like the edge case 6XL where you get the extra advantage to be able to get the 2M.
Yeah, for like punishing from like max range, and it's like
6XL. That's game.
Yeah,
no, but it's plus like, if it's max range, then it's like you can be +7, +8 as well.
Yeah, but it's like this should be something like this. To me, this is the character. Like the character is all wheel. Like just do wheel every time. Just don't do HPA. Like HPA is a broken combo super, but it's not. Iggy sucks.
You saw again. Gotta talk
it's similar
about
to like. Sorry to interject real quick. It's similar to Siegfried actually, where I think a lot of what he needs to do now is space 6XL into 2M, and like trying to combo the 2M from his 6XL. Because the way that the active frames on his 6XL work is that like it's relatively easy to space to the later frames of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to say was like going back to the Shio-san from today's tournament. The way he used HPA, I thought was really well. That was the thing I mentioned like long ago, where it was like that super rook can be used really well defensively, right? In a way that just like every other character, like how a fuzzy jump, like let's say a Cagliostro fuzzy jump or Charlotta fuzzy jump can punish a throw attempt. You can do the same shit with HPA, man, and that's like it's safe to do. So like you would see in that set, Shio-san, like in that one game 5 set was rookies, he had like 3 HPA punishes. Where like he like did HPA when he expected to throw, or did HPA during an extended pressure string, where rookies like did like a button that had too much recovery and then got punished for it. And like that happened like 3 times. 3 times in the whole set. Yeah, and like that's so valuable, right? Like if you every fucking player here, when they fight against a Lowain in Europe, and the Lowain is knocked down, and the Lowain has 100 meter, nobody, not a single soul would do like meaty throw. Not a single fucking soul, because like obviously they're gonna do HPA. But like now think about it. Now think about trying to throw somebody that doesn't wake up HPA, or like think about that what it does to your opponent, like where you are like, okay, I'm not gonna throw them because I know the HPA comes, and then it doesn't come. Like that's like such a valuable tool to have. It's something to abuse, and like nobody, like they don't do that.
It's like in base game where Lance heavy DP was like super busted, because as long as Lancelot had the H teleport, you couldn't throw him without it being a risk, because like if you went to throw Lancelot and he just did HTP, you got hit by JH punish into like 50%. It's like
SSBA or some shit. And
it was super scary, but it was like all the bad Lancelot players just didn't wake up where you can OS it, just like mediate and then DP the fall down. So it's like, but when you play against Speed Up, it was like super good. You were scared as shit to throw Pita, because I'm just gonna throw Pita and then suddenly I'm gonna get hit by delay H teleport after my close tell and then take 50%. Like they are very strong tools that seem way weaker than they are, because people don't use them with purpose and intention. Like if you just use them for the fucking sake of it, then it's like it makes no sense, because they become bad tools. Like a lot of the Waynes just do like they do HPA on wake up with a life lead, and then they get, I don't know, like overhead light ender, which does like 20%. So it's like you wasted 100 meter to do 20% on wake up when you were already in a life lead. Like on comebacks, I get it, but you're playing a character that can turn 50 meter into 200 meter if you do like one bro wheel and get some lucky 5 use after. Like it's insane. Like it if you just use it on reaction, or like just as a reaction to something, or like with certain purpose, then that's broken.
For sure. But yeah, before it turns into another referendum on Llewellyn, actually,
oh, right, yeah.
I wanted to ask as well, why is there a Mona Lisa in the background here? Does anyone know?
I have no idea. But it was so surprising how many monitors, like there were, like you see like the monitors on the back there, the ones that are like held up high and that have the stream set up on them. Like there were like 10 of those around the venue. Like you could see the stream from every angle. It was crazy.
Can't escape.
But yeah, back to my original question. It's like, Socky, you predicted the Llewellyn, I believe, right?
No, I Fetty had like.
Oh, I thought you had the read.
It was like you can see Vicana coming out. See the wind going out.
No, he committed to the Llewellyn, definitely.
No fucking way is the Vicana coming out. I feel like if anything, maybe you might see the Matera, because I know you practiced Matera a bit for this event as well.
Yeah, I said Matera out of huff more than anything else, rather than actual belief in it coming out. But
I kind of forgot I had played Matera until like after the event, and I was like, okay.
I actually wanted to ask you about that, like, if that thought ever came up, or if you did any casuals with her.
No, I legit just forgot. Like I actually forgot that I had played Matera until like I got back home, and like I think I was talking with the Spanish people, and like Pepe was like, "Oh, you didn't pick Matera, right?" And I was like, "Oh shit, right? Like I played Matera. I should have played her. I just forgot completely."
Is there any matchup you would have played her in here?
I think maybe like against Salts I could have played her.
Why did you pick Llewellyn here first of all as well?
It was funny.
Yeah. Okay, of course.
I knew it would be something like that.
I it's also out of spot. I also wanted to prove a point. Like this character's busted.
I can beat you any character.
No, I'm not the alpha. I'm not the alpha. but it's just like, okay, this character's busted. I don't like this matchup at all, and of course I don't have any all base game experience. But I wanted to be like, okay, I think this character's busted. I want to show what this character can do. But the reason why I swapped off, it's also like the game plan that I had with Grimnir was very heavily focused on it, because Salts was not taking at all. Like that punish was crazy. Like Salts wasn't taking at all. It was a lot of like mashing. And it's like, I would rather play like a heavy damage character, because like...
Can you stop that stream?
What's up?
Look at this. That's what no, you don't have to. Actually, keep going. Like, that's what I mean. Like, the bro wheels, like, it shows the mastery of the character from you. That you're going for the bro wheels in the right spacings every time. Where, like, if they dodge, you get the 6XL punish.
Yeah,
like,
it's a mix of spacing and reaction, because you have to react to dash startup. Like, if someone jumps, then that reaction is pointless, because they're already jumping over the wheel.
And you're not just like sending it. You're always doing it at the right spacing. It's like, I think it's so good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's obviously like, super good, but it's like, you know, the bar is not very high.
Yeah, but it's like if they're already dashing, yeah, let's pick us cool. It's like if they're already dashing, you're pretty much just running on unblockable.
Oh man, I hate this game.
Like that is spacing again. Like,
yeah, like there's no counterplay there.
It is too, like, people to this day, people here are still not converting off of bro wheel. And like, you can't always convert off it, but there's a lot of times you can, and it's so much.
Well, it's different doing it like on offense there, where like Usagi like can set up the situation properly and using it defensively, which is the usual case for a lot of bro wheels.
Yeah. I think a lot of Llewellyn pressure is just getting to the right spacings. I don't like how a lot of times with Llewellyn people feel the need to like force the mix up or like play like super heavy strike throw, where it's like you're not afraid of getting hit by the wing close slide on counter hit, like the wing close medium on counter
See, this is
hit.
what I mean, man.
Yeah, like the moment they dash up, it's unblockable. Like if they don't have a reversal or like
if they dash
they
up,
can DP. They can DP, but it depends on the dash up range. Like there are some ranges where it's straight like if you've dashed like at this range, like before I dashed in, like if they dashed at that range, that's it, right? That was completely autopilot. I won't lie. Like I was just doing it to VC bait, but I just kind
of. You just do like 2-4H wall bounce and wonder to do more damage.
Yeah, but I got it like that. That's
you got it.
Yeah, it's like there are some range like you don't want to play that much strike through with the lane. I feel like it's not as scary to get hit by the lane.
Don't do 6-6M rounds.
No, I mean, that's
I don't know why Salts didn't punish with 2M.
It's crazy how it like just like dominates the match. Like Matero, who like wins the matchup in so many different ways, like in other areas, but the bro wheel just being so obnoxious and not being able to do anything about it, like Seox can with the parry, for example, just makes it like a lot more frustrating and feel like a lot more variable because of that as well.
Yeah, like there are like it's. I really dislike the term, but I don't think there are any tools that don't have answers. But I think Bro Wheel is one of the closest tools in the game to being like a non-answerable tool.
Yeah.
There are some situations where you legitimately like you did get yourself into that situation from like dashing at certain ranges, but sometimes you are actually just like screwed because the wing did Bro Wheel. It's like
yeah, just gotta hold that.
Yeah.
You just gotta hold it.
On the trades as well, it's so frustrating.
Yeah, like sometimes it's
I'm
like,
really frustrated because you're playing low end as well, so the mental thing goes into it as well. But yeah,
like you get wheeled and like some people do try to go in after the wheel. I don't think that's right either. Like if you trade with the Wayne with wheel, like he should get like 3-5 use, and if you're unlucky, like the round is gone from there. Like the round can vanish the moment Lowen gets like spaghetti parfait into some dumb shit. Like that RNG is so meaningful. Like you can't lose the round from like trading against the 5-frame bro wheel. It can happen. It's like that's so strong. But I didn't play the best. I think like I don't think my mind was too on the win. I think the win is actually difficult.
You played really well, and I felt like game 2, round 2 is where it kind of like.
She tried the pixie.
Kind of went
we
tried it.
I wanted to give some love to the EU wins.
When this happens, it's so nice. When like they hit you out of the bro wheel and bro wheel doesn't come out yet.
I'm so sad about it. This is so. Yeah, like it should come out anyway, so that's another thing. Like,
those 6-6 actions really nice as well. Salt's been doing
yeah, they're playing super well. Like after this game, I just thought like, okay, I'm not in the mind space to play this character. I think the win is like it's actually, if you want to play him properly, I think it's actually a pretty difficult character. It's like a hard zoner. Like I think like every zoner in this game, you need to be really in like the mindset.
They're hard to play, man.
They're hard to play because like people are like super disrespectful against zoners, but like you need to make very little mistakes on while zoning in this game. It's very easy for like these things to go wrong. And
particularly at this level.
Yeah, exactly. Where people's offense is way stronger. I was so sad about this. Like, okay, they know it's safe, right? They don't know it's safe.
They don't know, man. Nobody knows.
They don't know. Yeah, but it's like, yeah, but I just thought like, okay, I'm not in the mind space to play this character as well as I need to play him to win.
Yeah,
so I'm just gonna play some Grimnir.
Yeah, the first game was like all offense on your side, and then when Salts was able to get in and like apply their offense a lot more, that was when it kind of like went downhill a little bit.
I think that's the hardest thing on zoning. It's like it's easy to crack under pressure. So it's like I was cracking too much under pressure. It's like I can't zone like that, so I'll just get on Grimnir and try to force my offense. And I waited against until like the second game because I felt confident. It was like, okay, I think I can 2-0 on Grimnir. Like I'm pretty confident that I can 2-0 on Grimnir. So yeah, there is, that's the thing. This combo thing.
Oh my god, left rights.
Yo. Yeah, but it's like, if I wasn't as confident, I would have gone into
Yeah, because
like game 1.
From game 1 to game 2, was that was like an almost immediate rematch at that point. So it was like not really a question of switching to Grimnir at that point. It seemed like.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. I was just like, okay, like if it goes to worst, I very heavily doubt that I lose on Grimnir. Also, I'm happy I got that. I was practicing that a lot, like Raging Strike confirms. And I
definitely think you use like 2M more than most Grimnir players.
Yeah, it's a very strong check. It's like having a 6-frame bottom like that.
Frame,
It's very strong. Thank you. But it's like, yeah, like here I just played like pretty normally. I think it felt like an extension of Winners Finals, but it felt like an extension of the last game of Winners Finals, where I still had like a pretty comfortable game plan. That I was doing a lot. I was doing that a lot against Dashlight, which seems kind of bad. Oh, this was so close.
Oh my god, yeah.
Trying to catch the DP with the U-ball there.
Yeah, I wanted like I could have just like dropped to the ground and then did 2-1-4-U in the ground, but that would have been very boring. So I wanted to get the air one, but it didn't work.
Oh my god.
Should have been boring. That's okay. Ah, this is so sick.
Always DP.
Always
there
DP,
are all the screens.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, there's so many screens. Like the stream is everywhere. You know, that was on reaction to the U fireball because I got it like that. Totally not just DPing on wake up.
The back buff.
Did you see that? That's counterplay. That's counterplay on the crouch thing.
Do you ever feel like sometimes even when they stand, the air dash whiffs? You have to go back even further now.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they stand, the crowd, the dash whiffs. Is that something you do intentional, or is that something that you do on mistake? I say this because it happens to me every now and then.
Probably a mistake. Like I always wanted to hit, but like.
Oh, this time you actually.
This time I was like, okay, they're ready. They also were like, I don't think they were that experienced against Grimnir because like, the difference between so like someone like Koji who's like very heavily Grimnir experienced.
They don't have time.
But he just like crouches on reaction to the jump. But a lot of people who haven't played against Grimnir as much, like you see them just like crouch in neutral, where it's like, okay, I know what you want me to do. It's okay. Like I'm not gonna do it. So it's like when I see that,
I think it's a good like layer one, like just
no, like even if you do, I had to get the last hit there. I'm so sad. But it's like, like even if you're, this I was spraying myself 100%. It's like if they're like heavily crouching because like they are not confident of doing it on reaction, then that's where I'll go for like layer 2. Because I know they're gonna crouch, so I'll do like another dash down. Yeah, that's base game though. That's base.
Look at the damage.
Is this more damage?
Is this more damage than staying on the ground, or is it just more corner carry?
I think it's more corner carry. Like I need to spend resources otherwise.
Yep.
Yeah, because you didn't spend any meter there.
Yep.
Yeah, no meter, no raging strike. That's very good.
I also want to ask you about like sometimes you're doing this thing where like you do like neutral jump J to do H instead of doing the grounded to do H. Is that just because you're like hoping to like dodge a fireball, or just like a distraction?
Yeah, mainly just dodge a fireball, which in this matchup doesn't really make sense because he doesn't have a new fireball. But I think just like that's autopilot.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm gonna fuck up. Oh, okay, please. Oh my god.
Whoosh.
I'm gonna get the 2M into the Superman.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I want everyone to know. Okay, I do easy inputs for combos, so I get like I do like
oh no!
I do 2M into easy input TP, so I get the 2, 3, 6 and easy input, so I get a super. So that's what happened there. I'm not that dumb, but here I get like the sick thing.
Yeah, you went for the 6 exam to make up for the drop, right?
Yeah, like all the fans were like crying at home, so I gotta give them some.
Go pick him back up.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got the loser hug
I
as
got the
well.
hug. That was it. It's also very sweet, very wonderful person. Really happy about it. So yeah, it's just wonderful people around, and we did the whole trophy celebration. I forgot to mention, we also had the fucking Seahawks claws.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Somewhere, and he hit the fucking Seahawks pose when he got on stage. That was so sick.
Oh.
That was crazy. I like that. I like that one. I'll try to bring a spear for my first tournament next year.
I want to talk a little bit about like
Pretty difficult.
things, like the food, for example.
Oh, the food was.
Do you guys
wonderful.
go out to eat with the Grambler, with the NorCal group? Games?
Mostly with like we were like the people from our Airbnb plus like Aaron and Kevin, Redeemer also.
Yo, Gush's Redeemer?
Yo, but we went to like a taco place which was wonderful, extremely tasty. Kevin brought us some In and Out one of the nights with I think said it's posted it in his Twitter. Like,
Yeah,
a lot
that's
of burgers and fries.
lots of burgers.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, the food was very good. And a great place to eat, honestly. Really enjoyed it.
I like the the fake Chinese, which was actually a apparently Vietnamese place with the soups. China Chen it was called.
That place was so good. It was so good, but it was so much. Like I remember we all asked for like a big size, like a big
Yep.
bowl. But when it got there, it was like, okay, I shouldn't have asked for big. It's way too
I
much.
think I was the only one who finished.
Let's go.
Everyone else was. But yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah, but it was delicious. It was very nice.
I on the Saturday and Sunday, I believe, in the morning when when schedules weren't lined up, I went to this breakfast place called Whispers Cafe, which was like about 6 minute walk from the venue, and that place was really nice. They had a good variety of things there. I had like eggs and sausages and on the first day, and then I had crepes on the Sunday because I didn't want anything too heavy on the Sunday. Yeah, definitely. That's one of those places where if I went back to, let's say I'd go back to Slashback again, or just another event in San Jose around that area, I would definitely go there again.
Sounds like you got better eats than we did.
Well, I have a good food radar. I've had a good food radar for years. So
I'm saying you're picking out places that have.
You're not going
taco.
for Chick-fil-A like 3 times in a row?
I mean, remember back in Head Stomper 2023, who was the one that recommended we go to that steak place across the street? And then
I
we
assume
all
it
had
was
that-
you.
Yeah, it was me. I led everyone there.
Hey, it didn't kill me with gluten, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Anything that doesn't kill him is good.
Yeah, that's like 10 out of 10 for me. If he doesn't kill me, it's good.
Then we'll come again.
Yeah, it can be annoying, like, when you're in America, there's a lot of places where it's, particularly in a state like California, it's just annoying to navigate because that state predominantly is designed to be navigated by car rather than by walking or by some kind of public transport. So getting to places is annoying unless you carpool with people.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of good places to eat in, well, every state really, as long as you know how to look for things.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta go out of your way a little bit, but which I mean, sometimes you can't afford to if you're like a very busy weekend. But that's why I like some of the like less busy days on these weekends. Sometimes like taking an extra day to enjoy the time, get something to eat.
Yeah, that's probably one of the benefits of going to like one of these community orientated ones where there isn't like cool tour points on the line. But even if there were, like, you'd still be able to do those types of things. Whereas like the finals was like kind of like an intense 3 days for the people that were there.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's just around like playing the game and like aiding the people who were playing the game and that kind of thing. So can't go out around as much. Yeah, I don't know. We got over the top 8 at that point. Usagi, very impressive. Probably the only person who would like be like, I'm gonna have fun in grand finals in this tournament where I've been flown out and like I'd had to travel like 40 odd hours to get to. They're literally built different.
That's what games are for, right? I mean, as much money as they have on the line, most of us are not gonna get that, so might as well have fun with it. So, you know,
exactly.
that's what it's about.
That's the true spirit of Christmas / fighting games.
This is why you're better than all of us.
I mean, but no, I also am very happy that, like, you know, even if it doesn't matter as much to everyone else, I also am really happy to be able to put some. Well, it's two sides. One of them is like the communication between communities. I'm very happy that there can be clear communication, because it's like I hate it when you go to NA. I talked to this about this to a lot of the NA players, and it's like you go to the NA discords and NA people are like, oh, EU people are so and so, and then you go to the EU discords and people are like, oh, NA people are so and so. And it's like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Like, you don't know any of these people. Like, people just have like the weirdest regional biases without knowing anyone. And it's like, we're all just fucking normal people playing a small fighting game. Like, you might as well just like get along. Like, we're not that many people that we can be toxic between regions. Like,
Yeah, go play Tekken or something.
yeah, like if you're playing, I don't know, fucking League of Legends, then sure. I mean, and like we're like 50 people in EU, bro. Like, we can't afford to kick anyone out. It's the same way for and everyone's so nice. Like, we can't afford to be like divisive. It's so dumb. It's pointless. So I'm really happy to be able to talk with it.
I think there's very little of that in the first place. Like, there's like casual talk in Discords where people kind of like stereotype certain regions, and you know, I've probably been guilty of that as well as like most of the people here as well at some point. But at the end of the day, like compared to a lot of other communities, like everyone's like a lot nicer and gets along and that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know how I was going to conclude it, so Socky can say what he was going to say.
Ironically, it was like one of my favorite aspects of the finals, like the vibes and everything, because like, you know, going into the finals, like never having met a lot of these people, not knowing how they're going to react, how people are going to, you know, treat each other. But like, again, like I said, vibes were immaculate. Everybody was having a good time. People were enjoying themselves, and that's, you know, that's what you want, bro. It's like, again, like Usagi said, with small game. Not here to make enemies. Do a little bit of good.
Just enjoy yourself. And everyone that I've met was wonderful. Like, not a single exception. Like, everyone except
this one.
Socky.
Socky was secretly a Slashback.
Oh, it's a Slashback, yeah. I rigged
but it's such a blessed experience. Like, you just enjoy, and also, I anything I can do to put respect on EU is very
we need someone to carry that weight.
No, like it's people here are they're so fucking good. Like, I can't. Everyone in this region is so strong, and like even if I won Slashback, like I still get hit by like, I don't know, fucking space on ranked, and I lose to space on like skill or Socky or Fidisen or Dudeakoff. Like, I can lose. Like, we have a lot of strong players here, and I want them to be respected by everyone. So this is not like, I don't care if I get respected, but I want everyone else to be respected because we have a lot of strong players here.
That's very similar to Socky.
Yeah, I said the same thing at the finals. Like, they don't know, man. They don't understand. So, like, when I joined Wanted and I have to go to like space and skill and Fiddy and you to like win, they don't understand, bro. This is a struggle. And these dudes are all like top level, like not just top world level players, right? That's gotta put some respect in their names.
like just put some respect. Like and I know like 10 people in EU who could have got that first place if they play at their best. I think I'm just really good at like at what Virum said, like being consistent. I think since the way I play is so simple, I am more consistent than most. But like, I think a lot of EU players are playing at their best could do a similar result, and I can't wait to see them do so.
Usagi, after eating an American burger, is one of the strongest players in the world.
Welcome in data of heaven is all I'm saying.
Yo.
Blessed.
See, this is why I underperformed. I didn't have any of the in and out.
Oh, yeah, you missed out.
Huge mistake.
I missed in and out.
I was really close to like just eating all of the fries that like, because nobody ate the fries, so I was like, I'm gonna look really bad if I just eat all of these fries by myself.
I get it, man. I get it.
But
don't
like,
mind if I do.
That's so good.
If I was alone in my home, I would have eaten like that whole fucking box of fries. I'm not gonna lie, but you know.
To be honest, a lot of it was just because, well, one, I had already eaten before the in and out had arrived, because I went. I don't remember where I went to eat actually. I definitely had something different to you guys because I wandered off in my own direction, which is force of habit. Because I obviously travel to all these events by myself, so I tend to just like march at the beat of my own drum all the time. But yeah, no, I had in and out like years ago when I first went to California. This was back in like, well, it wasn't actually when I first went, but this was back in around 2017, and I had it, and I was like, yeah, I've tried this. I don't need to have it ever again, and so that's part of the reason why.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. It's not the best burger I've had, but it was a good one.
There was a lot of them as well from the Zenith pictures.
Yeah. I mean, we did even out to like one per person at the end, because like Redeemer and Kevin were there, so we had like 9 burgers in total, I think.
Redeemer seems like someone who could eat a lot of burgers.
We got one.
Redeemer.
But I still prefer Five Guys, though. That's a shame. Five Guys is crazy.
I have one more question.
Yeah. And then I'll do the conclusion thing. Go for it.
And that is anything that surprised you going to Slashback. Like it's just something like about the game, maybe like a realization, maybe a revelation about characters, about players, about something. The thing that struck a chord with you the most. This goes to both of you, obviously.
Yeah, whoever thinks first, go first, because might be a bit of a stumper of a question.
Yeah. I got one if Virum isn't ready. Sure. This is more like personally for me, but like getting into Slashback, I didn't really like, I didn't bother review, but it was like regret review when I was like thinking about like, okay, how have I lost in the past? And I came to the conclusion that it's like every time I lost, it was mostly like I could see the vision of me teching. Like most of the times that I lost, I saw like me getting shimmied, and it's like, okay, I think I'm just not gonna tech this time around. And it was such a good change. Like I was surprised at how good not teching is. Like I think more people should. Of course, you gotta tech at some point, but I was really surprised by how much. Oh, it's a mix of how much more enjoyable the game was, and like how strong it is to like just not tech.
It's weird.
I was really surprised about that.
It is weird on that front. Like, I think a lot of people do tell themselves like, "Oh, I'm just like never going to tech in this match," and then they end up teching like 10 times in a row just because of the autopilot. Like,
talk about themselves.
Yeah, of course. But I'm not the only one, surely. But also like when it comes to like throw teching, like you watch like say Japanese players, and there's a lot more like actual true throw teching going on there than you would expect, given how good like mash tech is as well. So
yeah.
I don't know, it depends on like a meta of the region and something like that maybe, but I think generally speaking, just like resolving not to throw tech is often a good idea and a good thing to happen, and clearly worked out for you.
I think it's like the best player won. Like, like when we watched the match against Riaso, and it's like I take twice, and it's like this shouldn't be my first like I have no idea when he's going to throw. Why am I guessing with attack? Like it's very strong to attack, but you need to have a very good reasoning of like why are you attacking. But it's like recognizing the autopilot and improving on that. I think that helped me a lot.
Reflecting on it too, right? Like being able to like watch that back and like telling yourself, so why did I do what I did there? And like, is it the correct choice? It's like that's like that goes back to the risk reward thing you were mentioning about Jita. It's like I'm fine with matching here and I'm fine with getting hit here because I know the risk is not as high as the potential reward for me. And like, if you can do that about like decisions you make, especially about something like throw taking on defense, then that's good. If you can't do that, then that is something you need to work on.
Yeah, that's one of the things like people improve on. Is on top of like thinking, I think they're going to do X here. There's also the calculation of, but what? Like, if I'm wrong, how bad is it? And if I'm right, how good is it? As well, on top of that.
Yeah, and the thing is with throw, most of the time the risk reward is so bad. Where it's like if you get it, it's like you attack, and if you don't, you die. So it's like I think thinking about it more carefully really helped me to improve my gameplay, mostly on defense. It's like just make it make sense, like just think about it more.
Virum, anything that was a big surprise for you, or the most surprising thing, as Socky said?
NorCal's funny. It's a funny region. Well, the players are strong, like respectably strong, but it's like so many of them play like weird off-meta characters. They don't just play.
It's how European.
Like, they don't just play. I don't know, like can't just play Beatrix or Vesusia or Grimnir or whatever. Like they're out here playing all sorts of weird, like mediocre characters for the most part and making it work, and it's fun to see.
Yeah, definitely a more colorful bracket for sure with the fairies and 2Bs. And
you can see that in the 10v10 as well. It's like you didn't know what was coming up next for that lot.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go around the table on the conclusion, but basically, well, just like, what was that? Go for it.
So, I did want to ask one final
second question. Let's go. Second final question.
What's in store next for the both of you?
That was gonna be part of that. So
yeah, I know it's like part. That's why I didn't want to like cut you off at first. Part of the conclusion, obviously. Like now that you've won.
No, it's fine. I've got another part to it, so I can just do that part.
Yeah. How you like? What is next for your for life?
Not much, honestly. Like, at least for now, I don't have any main intentions. So, I'll probably do the same thing that I did last year for World Tour. Like, I'll maybe travel to some Platinum events as like something to do. Like, I don't have any intentions of qualifying. Like, any heavy intentions of like qualifying, because like that's not what my life is at the moment. Like, I am just like just gonna focus on some like the stress of tournament is so big, and right now I'm just just trying to move things in life. So I'll probably just be like chill for the most of the year.
What about Fatal Fury? Are you gonna like try to play like any of that on a competitive level, or is that just are you just gonna like, come around with friends?
I think like competing as a whole, I'll probably just be on a bit of break and for a while. I think what Slashback also showed me is like when we talked about preparation, as you saw, my preparation was very mediocre. It's like I only played like 2 long sets and mostly just played rank, which is already something that I do out of habit. So it's like I don't think that I need to be. I'm very low maintenance, so like I'll stick around. I'll like play from time to time, just have fun, and I think I can keep most of my level regardless. So when some events come around that I want to just hang out and like hang out with the community, because I do love the community, I won't be like super try hard, but I'll just play my best and like try to enjoy myself. And with Fatal Fury, it's the same. Like I play because like I love fighting games and I love the people that I share fighting games with, but not as like a whole live thing where I have to compete.
That's nice. I mean,
Yeah.
you're probably just gonna go to like one of these plat events, like win it, and then just casually win it, and then.
Yeah, it could happen. I could qualify at
100%,
any
yeah.
point.
I mean, it's close on the Kayana Cup as well.
Like I don't have anything to lose. Like if I qualify, then that's sick, and if I don't, then I don't really care too
It's
much.
gonna
So
be-
I'll just do that.
Yeah, I mean, seeing you I think at Evo France would be really cool. Obviously, it's still gonna be like a big time until then. But I think just being at Evo, I know, like for me at least, I know that like just want to be there, right, for the first Evo in Europe. Not sure if you like have plans for UFA, but again, it's still like what 4 or 5 months away, so definitely still
Yeah.
something one can think about later. That being said, for Virum, what are your next events gonna be?
I can't disclose what my next event is going to be.
Holy
I
shit.
can disclose that I'll be a head stomper at the end of May. And then in terms of stuff that I'm going to try to get to, Evo Vegas and Evo France. I want to try to get to both, but that for me hinges on, do they want me for commentary? The answer will likely be yes, but I can never say for sure. Particularly with Evo Vegas. Evo France, Evo France I'd go to regardless, but I think that's a very confident lock because it's not expensive for them to get me to Nice compared to getting me to Vegas.
Yeah.
Beyond that, UFA this year for the first time is a maybe, in part due to Evo France. I'm not sure if I want to do like France back to back. But the other one that I want to try to get to this year is Clash of the Olympians. Since
Oh,
it's
interesting.
right towards the end of the year, yep. In November.
Sweet,
Although I do
sweet.
have a friend's wedding in November, so I need to double check if it clashes with that.
Clashes with the Clash.
But Clash of the
Clash with the Clash.
Olympians, yeah.
Is that primarily
But yeah.
because of like visiting Greece or something like that, or?
Yeah, I've never been to Greece before, so I'd definitely like to go. And yeah, it just seems like a fun event. It's at a nice time as well. Just
Yeah, isn't it in the
November
club?
I feel like is there's nothing really else there. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Aside from that, sadly I don't think there's too many European events that I'll be able to get to otherwise. Partially because I'm a freelance contractor, so anytime I take off work is money that I'm losing, and I need to, I
Need money to live.
do need money to
Whoa.
live, and also just like the nature of my work means that if I'm not there, then like, animation work for the game slows down for that week, and I always feel a bit bad. So I always feel a bit bad like when I take time off work, even outside of money, and my colleagues and my lead animator are always fine with it, but I'm always like, I want to make sure that our game is as good as it can be.
That's so nice. I'm the complete opposite, but that's really nice.
But you're not working on a game, you're like...
Yeah, my job doesn't...
You have a fake job.
There isn't
though.
like... I am divorced from my labour. But yeah, what was I going to say about? Yeah, I really hope they don't. Like, considering that like there's an Evo France now, it's like, oh, we don't need to bring in a European for Evo Vegas because of that or something like that. That'd really suck. And it was so good, like seeing you in the top 8 for Grand Blue last year as well. That was really cool. On the big stage as well. Not sure
Yeah,
how it would be
I
this
think-
year with Vegas, but that was definitely a moment.
Evo Vegas should have the budget for it, and the thing is, it's like,
And you're the guy as well.
yeah, I mean, I try not to say it myself because I think it's important to remain humble, but enough people have said it such that like I think it's all right for me to say.
You can adopt
Like,
it a little bit.
Bro.
people want to see me commentate these events, both, and that's not even just a European thing. Plenty of people in the American scenes as well. They want me out at these events to help represent and inform about the game, and so if event organizers can get me out, then most of the time they will.
No, definitely. We saw that with the Arc Tour finals, the sort of outcry from people, like a lot of Americans, a lot of Europeans about it, which was really nice to see as well, because like sometimes it can be a case of like, oh, I wish I were there, but I'm not going to say anything about it because like don't care too much about it. But like the number of people that actually were like, oh, it's a real shame that this didn't happen, they say that publicly as well.
Yeah. Oh no, I cared a lot.
I know you cared a lot, yeah, definitely. 100%. I mean, I just mean like everyone else is the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I'll just do a quick wrap around conclusion now because we've gone on for quite a while. Basically, just like any final thoughts that you wanted to get out about Slashback, anything that you like wanted to say earlier that you couldn't say, or you just wanted to conclude on as like a point of saying like, oh, this event was really good, some people should go to it, etc. Start off with Usagi since Virum just spoke just now.
The tournament was wonderful. People were great. Thank you again, Kevin, for the opportunity, and all of NorCal for being so nice. And just regardless of results or tournaments, just enjoy the game, enjoy the people. Don't force yourself to play. People don't. Even if people meet through fighting games and people socialize through fighting games, the people don't care how good or bad you are. Just play the game to enjoy yourself. If you don't enjoy yourself, don't do it. Just play because you like the game and because you like the people that you hang out with, and those people will still be there even if you don't play the game. So just enjoy yourself, and I think that's something that the community really showed me in that situation. So just keep being wonderful. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah, I definitely echo all of those sentiments. For me, Slashback was especially interesting because NorCal is a place where I kind of just California in general is a place where I really kind of got the ball rolling as a commentator, at least as a more of a worldwide presence back in the Smash community in 2017. And so returning, I hadn't been to California for an event like this in quite some time. I think the last one was like Genesis back in 2019. So returning back to California, being at the Guild House, the venue for Slashback, it was a very familiar feeling. Even though it wasn't a venue that I technically visited, it was very familiar vibe and setting, and it was a very sort of nostalgic event for me in that regard, despite how much it changed over the past few years. For me as a person and as a commentator, obviously, commentating a completely different game than what I was back a few years back. But yeah, just the event as a whole was really fun time. Easy to recommend if as a foreign player, if you want to try to get out there, people will take care of you and ensure that you are welcome and have a wonderful time.
Nice one. Yeah, me personally, it was like a really nice watch. Hanging out in VC is always good, especially when it's like Europeans in NA events. Like just having everyone together, cheering them on in the VC is just like a really fun time.
Fighting games aren't the same if you're not like have somebody to root for, man. That's half of the fun of competition, in my opinion. So, congrats to Usagi once again.
Yeah. Huge dub, Europe #1.
Let's go! Europe on the map!
Anything for Europe.
I will give my life to the European Union.
You're getting check your PayPal later.
Okay, I was afraid that it wouldn't arrive. Okay,
I'll just take some time.
Yeah, I don't know, Socky, if you want to say anything about future with the podcast before I send people to some stream somewhere else.
The podcast is dead, bros.
Okay.
I'm joking. So we actually last time we teased the Matera episode for episode 3, and we ended up kind of moving that to next time. Mostly because Slashback happened, and we didn't want to have a Slashback episode a month from now, right? So we figured might as well do it now. Especially since interest was there. And I'm very happy that Usagi and Virum had some time for us to come on here and talk about the Slashback experience. And not really sure when the next episode is going to be. Like I said before, in the past, that we would do it like monthly, essentially. We're kind of all over the place nowadays.
Yeah, with all these events coming up as well, it might be a bit difficult.
It's that, but it's also like people are old, right? And like people have like schedule, like they'll have work. And, like you can't just be like, oh, let's do like the first Monday of every month or something, and then like if the person can't do it, then what are you gonna do about that?
Everyone should be unemployed. That's so true.
I'd rather like just and especially with the GB versus like the EU calendar as well. Like there's always so many events popping up left and right. It's a lot nicer to just like look for a spot that's like free and then not overlap with something. So next episode, not sure when it's gonna come, but it's gonna come. We'll do Metera. We'll talk about Metera.
The scrolls will be revealed. Finally, you can beat Metera 100% of the time.
Hopefully before she gets nerfed.
She's not getting nerfed, come on. They don't even do U Butterfly in Japan, we're fine. So.
They don't even know about U Butterfly, bro.
And yet Key knows.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be happening at some point. Other than that, obviously they announced the World Tour. So
yay. Before Evo Japan, let's go.
Evo Japan is gonna be in 2 weeks. Brussels is gonna be in 3 weeks. There's gonna be a lot of events, a lot of gaming. We might see like another watch party happening, like for Evo Japan especially. Like some gamers of us are there, like Default and Pixie.
Default.
And who knows, they might like I can see like Necron of course as well. So they might like drop some
apologies.
trailers. So yeah, definitely keep it up. With the Grand Blue.
Yeah, keep playing Grand Blue or whatever. Anyway, I'm trying to find the channel. There's not a lot going on at the moment. There's a Bree sign. I'll read Bree.
You could rate Riri, you could rate Khalil.
Khalil's on a screen, which suggests nothing's happening for a while.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, Khalil is doing the exhibition. Oh.
Is that, it says it's at 1 p.m. I thought it said 11. I'm stupid. Anyway, I'll send you Khalil on, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, he rated us last time, so...
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of back and forth there. That's fine. I will do this. But yeah, thanks for showing.
Just went live, so...
Yeah, it's actually just starting. Look at the actual stream itself. That's cool. But yeah, thanks for joining us, Usagi and Virum. It was a significant time commitment, but I hope like you had a good time like recapping what happened at Slashback and your experiences there. I had a good time like talking about it as well. A lot of insight into matchups as well.
I hated it.
Oh, well, next time will be good. Don't worry.
It was great.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you for having us. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And thanks to the viewers for watching.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. And I will hit the red button. Oh, what do you say?
Send them away.
Yeah, go away. Leave. We don't want you here anymore. Bye.
For the wolves.
They're gone.
Please stand down.
I